But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
I usually have a longer bloody intro. I've just about come on at 11 o'clock because Craig, FTFE, is meant to be on at 11. Like, what's his name? Can't Fix Stupid told me in Messenger that I didn't know this was on. I didn't know Nico was debating Globeymcglobeface. It's on FTFEs, and I've just gone over there now to get it all set up and ready to share. And he set it for 11:15. So we'll have to wait 15 minutes. We'll have to do something for 15 minutes. So he's set it for 11:15 now. First of all, I will show you DJ New Moon's 6-minute video. Andy's got one coming out on the 29th. This one is cool. It took me ages to download because it's so bloody, got so much detail in it, and it's only a 6-minute video. And I've got it here in StreamYard. So first of all, I will show it. Terra Plana. There we go. Terra Plana. Nice one, DJ Moon. Yeah, so he's not starting until 15:15 now. He's literally, look, I'll show you guys. He's literally put the time, oh, get rid of me, to 15:15 now. 14 minutes away, if you can see, probably. 40 minutes away. He was never depend on these people, can you? I think you'd want to depend on FTFE anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. That'll be on in 14 minutes. Wow, I could have had 15 more minutes to myself. Never mind, eh? Okay. Right. Let's show DJ New Moon's new vid. And he's got one coming out on the 29th. Do that. I've got it downloaded. Here it is. Terra Plana. DJ New Moon in the house. Nice, Mr. Moon. I love it. DJ New Moon. Excellent. And he's got one coming out on the 29th of March when the new moon is, when the next new moon is. So there you go. Not that you'll see it because it's new. How long's it got to go? 7 minutes. So let's watch a bit of Jimmy and his observations for now. 7 minutes it's saying now. So yeah, Jimenez. Jimanus. And he's got some new ones on there. Get his link. Yeah, channel. Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm not reviewing it obviously because it's live. It's just a watch party. So all I'll do is greet people as they come in. Otherwise, I'll stay quiet. It's a live debate, so I can't review it live. You won't hear much of it if I do. So all I'll do is leave it to play. If I've got to say hello, I'll mute so I can say hello and then unmute. I dare say Flats or somebody will be reviewing it anyway. So I am just showing it live because a lot of people don't like to go over to Craig's chat because they're full of trolls. That's why sometimes when I get these, I show it live. And thanks to Can't Fix Stupid Martin. He started. He's literally started. Yeah, sorry guys. I was going to show Jim, but he's literally started. Wow. Okay, he's just started now. Okay, so I won't be saying anything. I'll just be sharing and saying hello to people as they come in. Sorry, Jim. I'll see all your stuff later. Sorry, bro. But here we go. But King Nico's obviously not here yet. Let's see what they've got to say. Get rid of this stupid chat over here. Right. Get to the end there. And play.
You'll be able to hear that?
Actually, not that I want to hear his crap anyway, so I'll mute that for now until he gets on that. You know what I mean? But yes, I won't be reviewing it, obviously. I'm just showing it because people don't like going over to the trolls chat, you know what I mean? And I can tell you, there's a load of trolls over there, misinformation agents, all that kind of guys, all there. You know what I mean? So like I say, I won't be saying much. I'll just be letting it go. I'll let them do what they got to do. And, you know, Flats, the solver someday will probably be on there. Flats will probably review it. I don't know. If not, Stop, someone else will. I don't know. So yeah, I was just told it was live tonight. Thanks to Can't Fix Stupid, Dave Martin on Messenger. Thanks to him. I didn't even know it was live. I don't even think Flats knew because it wasn't even mentioned. So yeah, just thought I'd do it. So 3, 4, yeah, super duper, Craig, lovely. Wow, we really need to know what you've got to say. Oh, what's this now? Oh, still bollocks.
We're living on a disc, floating through space.
Really low though. Oh, right. Why is it? I hope his chat is not that low because that was so low. Anyway, let's go do it. Let's do it.
Flat Earth debate tonight between an intelligent person and we have tonight an absolute treat for you.
Between an intelligent person and he's an asshole. He's an absolute asshole.
We're gonna battle it out with a battle of wits and intelligence and at least one of them anyway. So let me get the right screen up. I'm totally unprepared today. Bear with me.
I know it's your channel, Craig, but you're a moderator. You shouldn't be making comments like that, asshole.
Hello, boys. How are you doing? Hello, Globey. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here. I don't think I've ever been here. So
yeah, welcome. I appreciate you coming. And thank you for contacting me to set this up. Always happy to host a dumpster fire. And Nico.
But good to see you guys. Like I say, I won't be reviewing it. I'll say hello to people who come in. Good to see all you. It's in so far. Bless you.
You're muted, which is fantastic, but you can unmute yourself if you like.
More than happy to be back, Craig. It's good to see you. It's good to meet you, Globey. I'm looking forward to this. As you all know, I am King Nico, and I am unbeaten when it comes to Flat Earth versus Globe debates. So you're in for a good one tonight.
Nice.
Obviously, that you saw me beat Nico in debate, and everyone else. So I'm not sure why Nico said that, but hey, maybe there's a first time for everything, right? Now I'm here to be an impartial moderator, and you know how bad I suck at doing that. So let's have some fun.
Yeah,
we're gonna have.
You've come here to be an impartially impartial, where you will be partial. You mean? That's right.
And then Globey will get his 10 minutes, and then we'll just go into an open discussion from there. And after that, we will have some Q&A from the audience. So please get your super chats and questions in, and let's have some fun. So,
hey, Joyce, good to see you.
Nico, over to you for your 10-minute introduction.
Welcome. Yeah, I'm ready. We've got it open here. I'm looking forward to this, as I said. So tonight, going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Earth is flat, it is enclosed, and exactly as the Bible describes. So the globe model is built on deception.
I just lost all audio.
Can you hear me?
We hear you fine.
Okay.
Craig does sound like a farmer. He does.
Other than observable science, so real world test. This proves.
All right, Nico, one sec. Globey seems to be having difficulties.
Well, we're not.
Hear you.
Yes, when it comes to all the facts, all of a sudden, no one can hear anything, huh? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we can hear you, okay? It's just you not getting us.
Strange, he doesn't like to hear the truth. Globeymcglobeface.
Testing. King Nico to Globey. Copy.
We hear you. Drop out, then in. Oh.
Get him out of here.
I did not mean to. I didn't type that. Can you hear us, Globey?
That's a negative response there.
All right. We're good.
Right, you hear us okay?
Yeah.
I got you now.
Yeah, okay.
I think I disconnected myself. Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. All right, yeah. Sorry, Nico. You might want to just start over. I'll restart your time.
All right, good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Earth is flat and closed.
Good to see Justin over in Rumble.
The globe model is built on deception, relying on theoretical physics rather than observable science. Real-world tests disprove curvature, motion, and the existence of outer space as described by NASA. So beyond science, historical discoveries continue to validate biblical truth, exposing the lies of modern space agencies. So recent astronaut missions have only raised more suspicion. The discovery beneath the Great Pyramids aligns with biblical events, and the rise of the Tartaria theory challenges the fabricated history we've been taught. The truth is being revealed, and I will present 3 undeniable scientific proofs, followed by 3 biblical confirmations that the earth is flat and space is a deception. So the best scientific proofs for the flat earth would be no detectable curvature. The globe model claims a curvature of 8 inches per square mile, yet experiments prove the earth is flat. Powerful zoom cameras and infrared technology reveal distant objects that should be hidden beyond the curve can come back. Examples: the Chicago skyline across Lake Michigan, boats disappearing over the...
Oh, come on. What's going on?
horizon, but brought back with a zoom lens, and railroads, bridges, and canals are built
What? What's going on with your stream, dude?
without accounting for curvature. No real-world measurement confirms the curve. It only exists in globe believers' theories. The Earth supposedly spins at 1,037 miles per hour while orbiting the sun at 66,600 miles per hour. Therefore, you're 666. Yet we feel nothing. So scientific experiments disprove motion. Michelson-Morley experiment from 1887, no movement of the Earth detected. Sagnac experiment proved a stationary Earth. Airplane and weather patterns. If the Earth was spinning, flight times would be inconsistent, yet they are not. So an Earth were truly spinning at such extreme speeds. Why is the atmosphere perfectly still? Why don't we feel the motion? Water always finds its level. Water does not curve. It always settles flat. If the Earth were a spinning ball, lakes, rivers, and oceans would have visible curvature, yet they don't. The firmament. So we're going into some biblical proofs now. The firmament is a solid barrier. Genesis 1:6-7. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. The earth is fixed and immovable. The devil deceives the world with lies about creation. So when Revelation 12:9 says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
Look at the grin on Craig's face, man.
It's the false heliocentric model designed to make us believe we are insignificant and speaks in an endless universe, specs in an endless universe rather than the center of God's creation. Recent astronauts returned from space. People.
Good to see you, Mojo.
Latest crew that returned from space. They just, ridiculous stuff. We can look at the CGI footage of them splashing down into the ocean, where everything that NASA does splashes down into the ocean. Discovery beneath the Great Pyramid. A hidden chamber beneath the Great Pyramid was discovered. Some believe it may be connected to biblical events. The Nephilim, fallen angels, and pre-flood civilizations align with the Bible's account of history. An ancient advanced technology suggests a lost biblical age of giants and great knowledge before the world was reset with the Great Flood. Tartaria and the hidden millennial reign of Christ. This theory is growing and gaining momentum, revealing that history has been intentionally erased and rewritten. So old world architecture, buried cities, and advanced structures suggest a past civilization that aligns with the idea of Christ's millennial reign or the fallen angels. So this challenges the official timeline of history and further proves that we are being lied to about everything, including space. So the truth is being revealed. The heliocentric deception is unraveling as more people awaken to the truth that the earth is flat and enclosed, as described in the Bible. So science proves there is no curve, no motion, and no outer space.
Hey, Justin, managed to get over on the YouTube side. Carl, good to see you as well. Carl Taylor, good to see you guys. Sandra, good to see you, bro.
And from recent astronaut missions to hidden discoveries beneath the Great Pyramid and the rise of Tartaria, all roads lead to one undeniable fact: God's word is true, and modern science is a lie. I challenge Globey here to provide real, repeatable, observable proof that the earth is a spinning ball. Until they can, the flat biblical earth stands undefeated. Thank you.
Well, you still have 4 minutes left. Are you sure you want to give up the rest of your time, please?
Well, I can spend the next 4 minutes quoting of how I beat all the other globe shills, Freemasons, sodomites, yeah, medals of honor, badges. I'll be.
Let's see your trophies, Globeymcglobeface.
In this one afterwards. So yeah, unbeaten. I'll keep getting challenged as I rise to the top of this, whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah,
cool story, bro. Yes, so thank you very much for that. No, that's fine. You don't need to bring up any images. I'm sure we're all traumatized enough. Thank you very much for that, Nico. That was wonderful. I enjoyed all of the flat Earth proof. Let me just check my notes. Huh. Anyway, Globey, over to you. You have 10 minutes to convince us.
Thought you were meant to be impartial, Craig.
Sure. Shouldn't have touched that.
And guys, quickly before you do that, Globey, if you aren't subscribed to Globeymcglobeface, please go and do that right now, or I will, in fact, send Daniel Pratt directly to your house.
Please do not go and do that, or I will send someone even bigger than whoever he just said to your house.
Looking forward to the new subscribers.
Oh boy, I sent a share request. I guess you have to approve
go
it
ahead.
if you would.
Sorry.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, there we go.
We're winning. Flat Earth is winning.
All right. Let's share this, boy.
Love it.
All right. So what I'm going to demonstrate for you today is that flat Earth is full of shit. Let's see if I can get this in slideshow. There we go.
I'm sure
all right. So,
I'm sure it is.
As anybody watching this will have noticed, it's that Nico just had globe denial in all his quote unquote proofs he showed us.
Sounds like projection to me.
Only the globe doesn't have this. If it was spinning this fast, I would feel it. If the Bible says so, right? These are all feelings that people have. Great. You're welcome to your feelings.
If the Bible says so, it's not a feeling.
Was presented. So I'm going to come up with a hypothesis here and try to get through it as quick as I can here. But if the Earth's a globe, we would expect symmetry, meaning there's two hemispheres, a north and a south. We would expect things that happen at, say, 20 degrees north. The same thing would happen at 20 degrees south, meaning we'd observe the same things. The distances would be the same, right? If the Earth was flat, this demonstrates it here. If the Earth was flat, you see the lines of longitude get wider as it goes south, right? It gets wider. Everything gets wider. It spreads out, right? So if I'm here, this distance is shorter than this distance, right?
Lumpy, King Nico's quite new to debating. Just to let you know, you must know that. He's quite new to debating.
Longitude are the same, whereas they're not the same on the flat Earth. So you can't have symmetry on a flat Earth. You can have symmetry on a globe. Matter of fact, it's a requirement of the globe to have symmetry. So let's check some symmetrical things out here, Nico. We have American Airlines Flight 52 and Qantas Flight 64. They are both at about, I think I have the, 27.6 degrees north. So 27 degrees north, 26 degrees south, about the same. They both are 12-hour-long flights. They both fly direct. They both fly at about 560 miles per hour. And they both fly about 6,800 miles. So they fly the same distance over the Earth. They have the same flight time. They fly the same speed, and they're at the same latitudes, north and south. That, my friend, is symmetry. This is impossible on a flat Earth because the distance of the southern flight from Johannesburg to Sydney, direct, I'll remind you, direct, is impossible on a flat Earth. It would be triple the length. Here's an example of that. This is what it would look like on a flat Earth. This is what it would look like the northern flight, and this is what it looked like the southern flight. This is at least triple the length. Doesn't matter how you cut it, it's triple the length. How is that the same flight time, speed, and distance over the Earth? Makes sense on a globe, doesn't it? Because a globe is symmetrical. You would expect there to be the same flight times. You would expect the same distances. You would expect all that to be the same, north and south. Okay. Here's another example, just in case you think I cherry picked that. China Airlines 6 and Qantas Flight 27, Sydney to Santiago, Chile. Same thing, about 12 hours, same flight time, same speed. I'm not going to get into details about this one, time's sake. But you get the point. Symmetry. That's what that flight would look like on flat Earth. How is that 12 hours? How is that 12 hours? You tell me, Nico. Globe symmetry. Globe symmetry. In the southern hemisphere, you see the bottom picture. That's a time lapse from Australia looking south. The top is a time lapse of.
So if your globe's symmetrical, how can it be oblate, spheroid? How can it be pear-shaped, like they claim? Come on.
2 points of rotation in the sky. On flat Earth, what do we have? This is the prediction on flat Earth. The stars rotate around flat Earth. If you're looking south, you would expect them to be going east to west, across the globe, from left to right, straight across. Yet somehow they rotate around one single point, no matter where you are looking south. So what we observe in reality is symmetry. What you expect on flat Earth.
Happens quite a lot, doesn't it, George? Mad.
Model this, I've done it here on the left, with just a ball and two cameras. Those two cameras, one's pointing up, one's pointing down at the floor. And if you rotate the ball, you get counterclockwise stars and clockwise stars. Symmetry. Why does this work and this doesn't work on flat Earth? No symmetry on flat Earth. Sticking with the stars, I did this myself. This was a live I did simultaneously from South Africa and from Australia. Two people looking south, directly south. It was 1 degree off of south, both people, south-southwest. And they were both looking at the Southern Cross at the same time. The same moment in time, live on a stream.
So?
As you can see in this picture, that's what it would have to be on.
So?
Southern Cross here at the same time. Completely different directions, almost 90 degrees apart. Yet they're seeing them at the same time. On an Earth, that's easily explained. It's symmetry. When you're here, you're looking south. Everybody's looking south. When you're here, you're looking north. Everybody's looking north. That's why they see Polaris. That's why you see Polaris Australis or Sigma Octantis looking south. Everybody's looking south at the same point. Globe symmetry. How am I doing on time?
You have 3 minutes and 53 seconds.
All right, thank you. The sun symmetry. In the southern hemisphere, the sun arcs down to the south. You see this curved path? In the north, it curves up to the north. Okay, this can't happen on flat Earth. On flat Earth, the sun is going around this way, right? Yet we observe it curving the opposite way. If you're looking west, the sun would be going from your left shoulder to your right shoulder towards Australia, right? Towards Australia. But what we observe is it bends left towards the ice wall. As you can see here, this is what it would look like on flat Earth. That's the prediction. It's going away from you to the right. That's not what we observe. What we observe is this. The sun sets from your right shoulder to your left shoulder, left or south towards the ice wall. Oddly, that matches a globe. Oddly, you have globe symmetry. You have the vertical sunset at the equator, and you have a rightward sunset in the northern hemisphere and a leftward sunset in the southern hemisphere. You have a mirror image Symmetry. Same thing with the northern sun and the southern sun in Antarctica and the North Pole. 24-hour sun in both locations at opposite times of the year. We all know about that. I'm going to breeze by it. And for my final example.
Trying so hard, Carl. I'm trying so hard.
Of longitude, between longitude lines, they obviously get longer on a flat Earth. So geometrically, you can't use spherical coordinates to measure anything on flat Earth. So when you're using GPS, which is my example here, I took this runway in Chicago and put some spots on it, GPS locations on it, and I measured the distance using GPS of the length of this runway. Now I used the Haversine formula, which is the distance over a great circle. So it calculates the distance over a curving surface using those coordinates. And I got 10,824 feet, which matches just about what it's stated to be. 10,801 feet is the length of this runway. This is in Chicago, Northern Hemisphere. Same runway, same distance, length of runway, I should say, about 9,000 feet. In the Southern Hemisphere, this is in Chile. Oddly, when you put the coordinates in and you use the Haversine formula, you again get the correct answer. You get 9,187 feet, which is almost spot on to what they claim the length of the runway is. So how can the runway, using GPS coordinates, give you the same length of the runway in both the north and the south on a flat Earth when you know, based on that last picture, that the length gets wider as you go south? The length between those longitude lines gets wider as you go south. You would never be able to use GPS coordinates to get to anywhere on flat Earth.
50 seconds.
Perfect. Summed it up right there. That's it. We can end it there.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much. Excuse me. So you can
I guess just to conclude it, just to 50 seconds, just to conclude it, the Earth is symmetrical. Everything that happens in the north happens in the south. That's why flat earthers ignore the southern hemisphere with all their might. They're scared shitless of the southern hemisphere for this exact reason. Okay, there's no symmetry on flat Earth at all. No observations of the sky or the ground will ever match reality in the southern hemisphere, and that's why Nico will avoid it for the rest of this conversation. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much for being here watching this debate. We have for the Flat Earth, King Nico, and we have for the Globe Earth, the amazing Globeface. You can find links to them in the descriptions once I remember to add them later on. And what we're going to do now is have, say, 45 minutes to an hour of open discussion, see how it goes. It can go longer if it needs to. I'm in no rush. And after that, we will have some Q&A. So make sure you get your questions in, super chats, or tag me in the chat, or hit me up on Discord, or I don't know, throw a brick from my window with a note attached to it or something. I'll get to it at some point. But over to you guys. I will only jump in to moderate if there is over talking and constant interruptions.
Give me your address. I'll chuck a brick through your window. Neighbor.
We don't go into realms that could get my channel, terminated. But, let's be as nice as possible. But, we don't mind a bit of passion. Let's just make it so that I don't need to moderate. That would be fantastic. Over to you guys.
All right. I mean, since you went first, you want to...
I'll share my screen quickly. Can I share something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you brought up some stuff regarding the stars and the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere regarding the globe model. So on the flat Earth, that can easily be explained. So let me just, can you see?
You'd be the first. Yep, I see it.
A little visual, just a stock image, just to get a visual what I'm about to describe. So on the flat Earth, the perception of stars from the north and south can be explained using a localized celestial dome or the firmament model, right? So where the stars move in distinct circular patterns above the Earth. So here's how it works: the dome and celestial rotation. So the stars are embedded in or projected onto the firmament dome above. The celestial bodies move in circular paths around a central point, typically the North Star, which is Polaris. The motion is similar to a planetarium projection, where the observers see different star patterns depending on their location. Excuse me. So this motion, it's similar to, sorry, so if you're in the north, you primarily see stars rotating around Polaris.
Yep, north's not a problem though. Let's get to the south.
And as you move further south, Polaris becomes lower on the horizon until it eventually disappears. So in the far south, a different set of stars appears, including those around the so-called southern celestial point, which is not an actual fixed point, but rather an effect of the way light and perspective work under the dome.
So everyone in the northern hemisphere looks north, and they see Polaris, and all the stars circle around it.
Yeah.
Right. Normal light, everything's normal. In the southern hemisphere, everyone sees the same exact thing, except they're looking south, and that is some effect of perspective and magical refracting light.
So the claim, so in places like Australia, South America, South Africa, people see the same stars circling around a single point. That's the south.
Yep.
This can be explained by atmospheric refraction and the way light bends under the dome.
Okay.
So it's also possible that the firmament itself has a mirroring effect. So projecting stars patterns can create the illusion of a continuous southern rotation.
You have some sort of proof for this claim?
Well,
that's a claim. I mean, that's a claim, right?
Exactly, just as yours was a claim with your ball in the southern and your mirrored and your symmetry, which
so I hung two cameras from a ball and spun it right here on this fan, and I replicated what we see in reality: a northern hemisphere, a southern hemisphere, a northern celestial pole, a south celestial pole. Perfectly represented it with a simple ball spinning. I don't need to invoke some magic. Only when looking south, by the way, because you admitted looking north, everyone's just looking north and seeing the correct stars. But when we look south, everything's just magic all of a sudden.
So because you were able to do this test in your home with the light and a ball without atmospheric refraction, without all of what the world has to go through and experience to see that, and the distances apart from the North Polaris, where the stars are circling around it, and as you said, as I said, when you go further south, Polaris comes closer to the horizon.
So where on this should I point to find?
So again,
the
that's
South
not
Pole?
that's not an actual accurate model of the flat Earth, but it is somewhat used just as reference. And as you used it in your flight paths, you actually curved the planes around, and the planes actually fly in straight lines. They wouldn't fly around. So
well, they fly out. If you could look at the path, they fly. For example, Qantas Flight 67 flies out over the Pacific Ocean. They fly east, right? So on a flat Earth, that would have to be this curved line to fly east, right? If they're going straight, they're not flying east. Well, here, where was it? So it was here to here was one of them. So if it's flying east, which is this way, it wouldn't just fly a straight line. It would be going over America. This is all backwards, so I'm freaking out here, right? But if you're flying from here to here, you're not flying. They don't fly over the United States. They fly only over the ocean. So they'd be flying east over and following this line of latitude. So I'm just using this, your guys' model to show what the flight path would be. Because that flight path is tracked via GPS. They know where that plane is. Right?
Well, the flight paths I've seen, there would be a stopover somewhere. Like the straight lines would make sense, going from the south to either Europe, North America, and then continue on to
sometimes there's flights that don't go direct, and those have layovers, and they tend to lay over in their hub port, their hub airport. So they might go a little bit out of the way to do a layover.
Deborah, good to see you. I think it's your first time here. Good to see you, Deborah.
Make transfers, right? That's a whole different thing that is meaningless. And flat earthers use that to obfuscate the conversation. I showed you examples of direct flights. So we're not talking about anything with a layover. Qantas Flight 67. I'll go back to it. I think I was talking about 67. There's a few of them. 64, sorry. Qantas Flight 64 is direct from Johannesburg to Sydney, Australia. It flies 3 days a week. Okay. That flies out over the Pacific Ocean. It's mostly going east, right? Doesn't fly over the United States. It flies over the ocean the whole time. So that flight is the same exact length and time and airspeed as that the comparable Northern Hemisphere flight. That is the point. That flight is impossible. It would be 3 times as long, even going straight. Even if you want to say it's going straight, it would be 3 times as long as that short little flight in the Northern Hemisphere. So you guys have to account for these direct flights, which you can't do.
Okay. And you got that from the flight tracker, right? So I want to bring up a video.
Yep.
I'm trying to find it right now, so you can still go ahead. So I want to compare. If you want to try and find that flight path on the flight tracker, I got
Sure.
a flight path I'd like to bring up too. So we can go over them. So I just need to figure out how to find this quickly and see if I can find it on my phone and bring it up. Can I share it?
Yeah, Luke, good to see you, bro.
Here it is here.
Yeah, I want to see. Then I want to.
Oh, one just took off.
Oh, that's live. You're watching it live too.
Yeah, you can go back and look at historical ones, but this one's live. It's in the air. Just took off. So if I click on this, this is probably completed.
I'm Mentally Divergent. Matt, good to see you, bro. 2 Matts. We've got Luke, Matt, and Mentally Divergent Matt. Good to see you guys.
Straight over anything. This is all over the ocean.
Oh,
You can see on a flat Earth that would
and Heaven Song. Good to see Heaven. Good to see you guys.
in a straight line, which doesn't happen. By the way, if I'm using the wrong map, feel free to choose your own map and show me. You said this is incorrect, so you must have the correct one.
Well, that's the thing. There isn't a correct one because the people in control, like I said, Freemason sodomites, won't allow us to have the real map. So,
Quick question. If you don't know what the real map is, how do you know this is incorrect?
It's because they use it themselves and they're not going to, well, obviously there's truth in plain sight. So if the United Nations and all the government entities are using that map as opposed to the globe map you all push and love so much, then obviously there's more truth behind that one, but there's still more secrets hidden and more Easter eggs behind the map. And then
So
you got to
the conspiracy. It's a conspiracy to justify your conspiracy.
Well, no, it makes sense. If you have all the power, why are you going to release things like that and have the sheep give them the actual map and the actual location of where we are? And obviously some of us aren't so sheeply can realize, oh, these people are lying to us. So
Nico, don't let him twist you up in an unnecessary path.
everything we've been taught is a lie.
Thank you for the help.
All these things can be manipulated, right?
Appreciate it.
Especially
but truth in plain sight, right? So is it truth in plain sight or not?
Oh,
The UN's flaunting it, right? With making this their
definitely,
logo.
definitely more truth than the globe that we had in our classrooms in school. So,
Okay.
and the fact,
no, it's not.
and the fact that it's now being used to debunk,
Truth in plain sight is still a way of hiding something.
adding up.
You see this flight? This flight went from here to here. Like this actually went down, like the curve like this is the Great Circle. This is the flight path.
I think it actually means hidden in plain sight. Well, the truth is in plain sight, but it's the way of hiding it.
It only works on this model.
that's a joke. So you're saying that the flight paths work on a kid's toy that you can pick up at Toys R Us rather than the actual map that the United Nations use. Yeah. See, that's how we know.
This is a globe. This is a globe, Nico.
Yeah, projection, which is why.
Okay. Yeah. They don't use this. They don't use this to fly. They use this as a logo because it's flat and easy to show. They don't use this to plan flight routes. You can't. They use a globe to plan flight routes.
Speaking of flight routes.
Look at that idiot to the left. Craig, what a numpty.
Oh, but it's regarding these two. I see you have a NASA shirt on, so you're probably familiar with who Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore is. So they were stuck in space. So I got some decodes here. National Aeronautics and Space Administration does equal 666. NASA actors, because I'm telling you they are Freemasons, sodomites, equals 666. Witchcraft, Galactic Federation, they were supposedly stuck on the International Space Station for 9 months. What a fish story, right? So there is a flight tracker going around with a plane leaving the base at NASA. It's taken off from the mainland. It goes out into the ocean, and that's where it drops them into the ocean and then flies back to the base. And that can be found on the flight tracker. So I don't have that, but it's going around. I'm just trying to find it, but
It's always so close to having it, but not.
no, I'm sure you've seen it. And
I have not.
I've
not.
seen it.
I've not.
I mean, Gematria well and good and all that, but you don't need to go into that for Flat Earth, King Nico.
Find that video now.
Yeah, please do. I want to watch it. I love watching these things live.
So you're telling me that you believe that these two characters were stuck in space for 9 months and just
They weren't stuck, but yes, they were in space.
Oh, okay.
No, they weren't.
So
Absolutely.
No, they
flight tracker. Someone
Absolutely
please send
not.
it to me. I'm trying
And
to
your proof is there's a flight tracker that shows video of them being dropped off in the water.
they were it was
Wow.
a Chinook helicopter
Chinook.
that took off that capsule, flew, dropped it off in the sky, flew back to the NASA base.
Chinook.
Yeah, a Chinook.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm not sure about that, KK. He's just very good at. He's very new at debating, isn't he? He hasn't been debating long. I know he's had his channel well, but he hasn't been debating long. So I don't know.
Probably on the X. I just don't use X too much, but I'll find it
sorry.
on X.
Hold on.
Dragon.
How do I mute this shit? Okay.
Crew 9, Return to Earth, ridiculous.
Where is my? Here they are.
I'll find it.
I want you.
So quickly, Craig, all the people watching right now, how many viewers you got? And you're telling me that everyone is buying that fish story of those two astronauts that were dropped into the ocean after being stuck in space?
Would you
Am I
like
the
me
only
to put up
person here?
Would you like me to put up a poll to see if everyone believes?
It sounds like we need a poll.
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can bring up the video quickly. I had it ready. So I do have one video of it ready, so everyone knows in reference what we're watching. Where is the video? Oh, I got horizon lines to show. Did I share it? Right there.
Can I
Well,
see this?
Big, you know what the poll's going to turn out like? It's your bloody stream. Most of the people are on your side there. Of course, they're going to say yes to believe it.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm trying to
I
find
think I'm only sharing my one screen. Yeah, I'm only sharing my one screen. Hold on.
Yeah, we're just seeing YouTube.
Yeah,
right
it's here. I'll just share my whole screen.
All right. Can you see any of my screen now? Sorry, I got it up.
Oh, well, you told me to share something while you were looking.
Right, we do have a poll up, everybody. Make sure you vote in the poll. Do you believe the astronauts were stuck in space? Yes or no?
Chilling, I think he's Fife white. He's not Fife white originally. Obviously he's got an English accent, but I think he lives in Fife wise. I'm not sure completely, but I think it's Fife-ish.
Yes,
So
Globy is currently.
Fife white, Fife-ish.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah, it was
looking
only
at that Twitter video. Go ahead.
I think he bites doing in Fife, man.
No, I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
No.
Does anybody else see anything?
Yep, we all
It says
see
I'm
it.
sharing.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
only Nico doesn't see it apparently.
I don't see anything. So I accidentally shared my screen at the same time, so I must have glitched it out or something.
Can you stop sharing?
Yeah, I did. I stopped it while.
I'll reshare. Let's see. Does
Look
that
for
work
Bart
too?
Brunnies.
Yeah, that works.
He'll be going about that.
This is a navigational computer, Nico. What's inside that little thing there?
Yeah,
Is that-
a globe ball. Yeah, I see it.
This is before they had computers, so that's why there's a physical globe inside of it. But this is what they're using to navigate. Isn't that cool?
Do you
Guess what's not in there? A little flat little
No,
flat,
I did
this
not.
spinning around. So
And
no,
you know-
we don't use this to navigate. We don't use this to flight plan. Silly talk.
18% no so far.
I've heard many pilots say they don't use that and fly by a flat map. So it's
I
use
just
this
would.
video.
I think it's a sin to lie, Nico. Just saying.
Shut
no
up.
lies here.
As if that would bother you.
NASA flight tracker. Where is
Ethan.
this the video?
We need to talk. This is a flight tracker, and as you
Yeah,
will see,
I found it.
the NASA helicopter approach.
Okay, so how am I going to play this on my screen quickly?
Can't share. It's not on your computer.
Let me just copy the link and just
To be clear with the poll, everyone, I don't mean do you believe that they were stuck in space, like technically, but just do you believe that whole thing happened? You know, do you believe space is real? Do you believe the astronauts were up there and then came down?
Well, I put no. I don't know about that, Luke. That sounds too paranoid. I mean, it's possible, but I
Okay,
think he's with
so
us. He's just
am
not
I
very
able
good
to
at
share the
debating.
screen again? I'm ready.
Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I stopped, so go ahead.
So we're going to be looking at what I just described as the tracker. I think it's explained in the video. Are you going to be able to hear the audio too?
That depends if you've got it
Okay,
set
my
up.
friends, we need to talk.
Yes, we
This
hear
is
it.
a flight tracker, and as you will see, the NASA helicopter approaches from the right. There is a plane doing mysterious circles. And watch what happens here. The NASA helicopter circles round, and then it goes back again. What do we think? Because I'm starting to think something is...
No, I don't like going near his channel, but I have to be on it just so you guys can see this. But I'm not subscribed to him. I'm only here because David Martin Can't Fix Stupid told me he was live, so there's no way I'd sub to him. That's for sure.
Because we need to talk.
Okay, so are we?
Yeah,
I'm going to need a little more info than that. What's the timing of this?
when the Dragon Crew 9 was returning to Earth. So people were watching the tracker at the same time. You can see the NASA Chinook leaving the mainland, coming out to an area in the ocean, which is where they picked up the astronauts. There was another plane circling above, and then as the Chinook came in, dropped them off, and went back, then that plane picked them up and took off. So this
Same as, bro. I don't go to these channels. I don't go to these at all. Never watch them. I was only told that King Nico was debating tonight, and because I hadn't been on today, I thought you guys like to see it live. So, you know what I mean? It's the only reason I'm on his channel, that's for sure. I never ever watch anything Craig's got to say.
They're being dropped off, but what you really meant was you saw
Well,
an
I
animation
always-
of a helicopter going and spinning around.
Oh, now
coming
the
up.
flight tracker is an animation. So you tried to show me
No.
a flight tracker of flight paths going around the world, but now that too is just an
I'm just asking for proof there were astronauts being dropped off on that helicopter.
well, NASA's helicopters right there coming out from their base and dropping them right there. So
How do you know they were dropping people off, Nico? The video told
know.
you so?
I know.
What do you mean you know? You've assumed that whole conspiracy based
Well,
on
see,
a helicopter spinning around. How do you know it wasn't picking them up at
I
that
knew
moment? Was it
before
picking them
I
up at
saw
that moment?
video. I knew before the flight tracker of the video showing that NASA was up to its usual tricks. So I just had to hear the story and be like, that's nonsense. That's ridiculous.
But
See
you can
the
admit you've
footage,
assumed
broadcast
things there. You've
on
assumed
the
things there,
news.
right?
Everyone's calling it a fish story. Everyone's saying the footage looks like a cheap computer game.
Feelings, more feelings, more feelings.
So that's it. You have no explanation for that. It's just
I don't need to explain something that you've conspirized in your head. Okay. You have yet to prove. If you showed me video of them, secret video of them dropping astronauts off from a helicopter, I'd have to then explain that. Oh, you've invented this story, and now you're asking me to explain your invented story. You see how odd that is?
Okay, so let's talk about the horizon then.
Let's.
Where is it?
Hey, just before you go on, we've got 700 people watching, guys. Thank you very much. Make sure you smash that like button, share the stream with your friends, but more importantly, with your enemies. And remember, our guys will be staying.
Don't do that. I'm sharing enough with you live. Don't go sharing the stream to anybody. Let him struggle.
Pigeons, like tie something to their leg and just aim them towards my home. I'll get it. It's fine. Yeah. So you said something about horizons, Nico.
Well, before we do horizons, do you have an explanation or a full explanation about those southern flights being the same length, distance, speed as the northern flights?
Yeah, that all the science we have is created for the lie, right? Science was created to hide truth and give more meaning and authenticity to a lie. So when you can't explain the truth, they create this fake science on top of science.
699 the bots in his chat then, huh?
Why we can see Chicago across the Lake Michigan or whatever. People are like, oh, it's reflection, refraction, and these scientists creates new theories, new science to explain away what really is just seeing across a flat level plane from one side to another.
So you don't believe light bends? You don't believe in refraction exists?
Okay, so
it does, right? So no one invented it to make an excuse.
Well, what if it
needs to be included in the observation to then come to a proper conclusion. You don't ignore it and then go, I see too far. Forget refraction exists. I see too far, right? You need to include it. And then if you include it and it still doesn't make sense, then you have a point.
I know. I learned years ago that refraction and
get him to stay on point. Don't let him take you down a road that you don't need to go. Don't let him do that.
Oh, they tried to use that to explain rainbows. So rainbows, right? How are rainbows formed? And what is needed for a rainbow to be formed? You need light, you need glass, a reflector, and you need water. They try to explain our vision and our perception of a rainbow is caused because rain is dropping and the light is hitting it, forming that. That doesn't make sense. What's really happening is the water above the firmament dome, which is the glass dome, which is the second reflector, is how we get the form of a rainbow. And it's not an arc, it's actually a full circle. And that's why perception is different. So from the ground, when you see a rainbow, we see it as an arc, right? Going from one end of the ground to another end of the ground. They say that the leprechaun's pot of gold is at the end of it. But if you're in a plane and you see that same rainbow, it's completely different to how we see it from the ground. It's a full circle, right? And it's flat and it's a projection.
It's not a circle this way. It's a circle this way.
But it's a circle. So it's like,
yeah, a dome's not a circle, right?
So that could help explain at a closer perception as the stars in the firmament, as people seeing them different from the northern hemisphere as opposed to people in the southern hemisphere.
No. When you go up in altitude, you're seeing more of the rainbow. When you're on the ground, the bottom half of the circle is being blocked by the ground. The angles aren't right. When you go up higher, you're just seeing the entire rainbow, and it's a circle. It's a circle. It's not a dome. Okay. And there's no science that says the light needs to go through a glass before it goes through a raindrop to make a rainbow. No science at all. Zero. You just made that up.
No, we know that. All the science.
No, we don't make that. We don't.
The famous Pink Floyd logo with the rainbow coming out of the prism. So
a prism splits light. Yes, we understand that. That's the effect of the rainbow.
Nothing to do with
the droplet of water is the prism. Where's the step before that where you need a?
You don't need to debate what fraction is and diffraction is and refraction, diffraction, prisms and all that. That has nothing to do with the shape of the friggin' earth.
And you can see.
Say about what it does. You don't have to go on about what it is and where it comes from and what you can do through prisms. Just get on with the debate.
Prism. It's the
droplet of water. No, the droplet of water is the prism.
So how can we get a full circle rainbow from one droplet of water?
It's not from one droplet. It's from many, many droplets, all in the atmosphere.
If those droplets are dropping and continuously moving, right? Because gravity. Why don't we see the rainbows continuously moving? Why is it still?
Switch my glasses up for the.
See what you're saying, Lumpy, but I'm not going to judge him so quickly. You know, I don't know him enough to judge him like that. You know, I think I like King Nico. Absolutely. I think he is a flat earther. He's just a little green when it comes to debating. So far. I mean, I might change my mind in the future. I don't know.
You don't have an answer for the flights. I just want to make sure before we move on.
Because you don't have
It's
an
fine.
answer for NASA's helicopter dropping those astronauts into the ocean.
I can prove those flights took place, and those people that fly those flight routes, they fly them, and guess what? Their flight times are 12 hours. They don't magically get off and go, shit, they said that was 12 hours, but man, that took 30 hours.
All right.
I can't believe that flight took 30 hours.
I can give you flight path, but I'm going to take my flight path with the NASA Chinook, dropping those pilots or whatever they are.
But you have to prove the astronauts were on that helicopter.
But I'm not agreeing to the map. That's not the biblical Earth's accurate map. It's obviously created by Freemasons.
Isn't that a surprise, Erin? Isn't that a surprise? You know what I mean?
Can be in the situation where the flight paths don't add up because one side takes 12 hours, the other side doesn't, right? And then
they both take 12. They shouldn't. Right. They shouldn't, but they do. They do. It's not made up science. Pilots aren't hiding the fact that those flights take 30 hours, but they really take 12.
And that symmetry can work on a flat circular Earth.
Show it. Can you show it?
How does it work? Just how it can work. The same way.
How does it work on this? This distance is not the same.
Same way. Same way it works on northern and southern hemispheres on your ball. The same way you can get symmetric.
Keep showing the same distance in the AE map. That's just a map for demonstrating. Nobody actually, well, some people ascribe to it, but you know what I mean? They might not actually be that distance apart. It's used for certain things, and it's a globe projection.
That is a human rendition of God's creation, and God's creation is perfect. Anything humans recreate is a disaster. So rainbows, we got you there with the rainbows, flight paths, NASA Chinook. Oh, we're knocking them out the ballpark.
He got you, Globy. He got you.
It's juice box time.
This is what.
Did your mum pack you a juice box, Nico? That's cute.
Oh, shut up, Craig.
And lunches. Thank you very much.
I've got the upgrade. I've got the Capri Sun.
Oh, okay. Big baller.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I've got King on blood.
Hold on. Your mate there's got one as well. And you've got one in that. Are you not going to say something about his mom packing him one? You're a freaking ass, man.
Devil's Chalice.
Press 1 in the chat if you're a sodomite, by the way.
You better be pressing 1 then.
There's all the sodomites.
Big.
Okay, Nico. So let's look at some of your points then, since you don't want to answer mine. I did have another question for you. What's your opinion on Admiral Byrd?
So Admiral Byrd is a Freemason sodomite.
Globy.
He's a perfect example of someone that practices the androgynous satanic cult. His middle name is Evelyn. What kind of military admiral, commander, sergeant, general that is a 33rd degree master mason has a middle name like Evelyn? It's like,
you're not born with, you don't choose your middle name, right?
His name is Evelyn. Obviously, clearly his parents are part of the androgynous satanic cult. It's the bloodline of Freemason sodomites. So obviously you shorten Evelyn, you get the name Eve, right? And what did Admiral Byrd do? He was the person that was
fair enough, but this is not for that.
To take a military operation to the North Pole. And I'm telling you, they discovered the Garden of Eden. And then after they discovered that, they quickly went back and went to the south to Antarctica and discovered the firmament dome. Then he came back and told the media a fish story of lands beyond the ice wall, which gave birth to yet again space, right? So they removed the firmament, hid that, and tried to claim that there's lands bigger than the U.S. with the all sorts of resources, mountains of gold and stuff, emeralds. So yeah, I know all about Admiral Byrd.
Did you do your research from his diary? Is that where you're getting this from?
I read his diary, watched his interviews, everything. I know when he.
The diary wasn't his, right?
He died the year before.
NASA
was formed and created in the year after the Antarctic Treaty was formed.
So I just want to check my notes there, Nico.
1956, 57, and 58.
Nico, did you say that Admiral Byrd invented space? Was that? I just want to check the notes.
He invented lands beyond the ice wall space, right?
So there was no
So
space before Admiral Byrd. Right. Okay. Got it. Right.
That's the flat Earth theory, where there's multiple flat Earths, multiple extra terraformer land nonsense. That's crap.
But what if he didn't say that? What if he didn't say what you're saying he said? What if he didn't say that?
He's a 33rd degree master mason, of course.
So it doesn't matter what he actually said.
His middle name might as well have been Stephanie. Are you gonna trust the guy that has a female middle name or first name or last name, or trust a female with a male first name or last name? That's how you can tell that they are androgynous and part of
Lead singer of the
Satan's
Stereophonics is
kingdom.
called Kelly.
Wow, this got fucking weird, dude. Yeah, I don't really typically care what people's names are.
Yeah.
Your name is King Nico.
Right.
I'm still talking to you.
My liege.
Okay, Globey.
Malige. Yeah, my name's Globeymcglobeface.
Horizon.
Mr. McGlobeface to you.
Do you think his real name's King Nico, like, or maybe it's a channel name?
Let's explain some of this
That's
Horizon.
a weird flex to take. Is I don't like your middle name. You're a Freemason. That's a weird
He
flex,
is a
man.
Freemason. It's confirmed. It just adds to more what they're involved in. So we got to bring it up, but I don't have to.
Really sorry I asked that question. Okay. Anyway, so Horizons. You want to talk about Horizons?
Yeah, so this is a picture from Wikipedia, which is from NASA. So this is one of NASA's Horizon pictures. I want you to explain what we're looking at here, because this is a ridiculous picture. Where's the Earth in this picture? Is the Earth this black spot up here or down here? Because if this is space, then the Earth is curving in the wrong way, right? So what is this? And obviously you can see, if you get closer, you can see the distortion where they tried to bend a straight horizon, because horizons are always straight.
What's the Wikimedia post about? Is there information about it? Oh, right
Yeah,
there.
so the horizon is the apparent curve that separates the surface of a celestial body from its sky when viewed from this perspective of an observer on or near the surface of the relevant body. So,
if you take that picture and you turn it 180 degrees, will you then recognize the curvature of Earth?
But where's the Earth in this picture? All I see is a line that's
It's the top half of the picture.
So you're telling me the top half is Earth, not the bottom half, because that wouldn't make sense, right? Because then it would be curving the wrong way.
Certainly, yeah.
So this is Earth up here. So we're looking at an upside down horizon then.
What's upside? Well, technically, to the way you're oriented on Earth right now, that's upside down. Yeah.
No, this is how NASA took the picture. They gave us an upside down horizon.
Well, there's no up and down in space, so it wouldn't really matter, would it? That space shuttle, this says it was taken from, the space
why
shuttle.
they have to zoom in so much? Why couldn't they zoom out a bit to show us, the sun rising or whatever, and show the rest of the Earth in complete darkness? This is ridiculous.
Because go back, it tells you their height.
I don't think he's intentionally making a mockery out of it. I just don't think he knows how to debate very well yet. You know what I mean? And his videos and all that are nothing like his debates. I just don't think he can debate. I mean, I might be wrong, but so far I think he's a decent enough guy. He just can't debate very well. You could be right, Kim. You could be right, Luke. You could be right, Lumpy. I don't know. I'm not going to make that judgment so early.
So if we can't get a picture of our Earth because, that far distance is only a little blip, how do we get images of all the other, like Jupiter and all the other planets from light years away, right? So why can't they go to those distances and just look back? So,
his surname's King. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Joyce. Didn't have a clue about that.
Lead to other galaxies and nebulas and other parts of the universe. So on their way back to Earth with the data, they couldn't have had a video or picture slide time lapse of them returning to Earth and showing stuff like that. Why they always wait till they're only that close to get like a little tiny blip of the Earth?
No, there is video and pictures of the entire Earth from Jupiter, from Saturn, from other planets. There is. The problem with the picture you're seeing right now is that was not out in space. That was in Earth's orbit. So if you want to see an entire picture of Earth from far enough away to see the entire Earth, you could go to the Cassini spacecraft. You could go to. Oh, wait.
Dude,
Let me pause
you
for
don't
the.
need,
Let me
you
pause
don't
for the
need to
laugh.
go 240,000 kilometers away to get an image like that. I can just go to the beach at 5 a.m. and I'll get the same picture, right? So I don't know what the hell NASA's
Of the one you just showed?
and how you guys are falling for it. Yes,
The fuck you
of course,
just
of
say?
this one I just showed.
That one was from space.
No, it wasn't.
You don't see that kind of
can't-
curvature from the beach.
I don't believe in space. You cannot get to space. So
So what was that picture of? First of all, it was a
I'll-
terrible picture. I don't even know why you're showing it. There's so many better pictures.
this is NASA. This is what they have. So
Great.
I'm-
There's a lot better pictures than that. I don't know why you're showing the dark one that with the underexposed Earth there.
this is it.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Yeah. You get better pictures on Earth. You don't need to go. to
Nico,
space.
let's do an experiment.
Yeah, let's go. Experiment time.
Pardon me while I share my screen. All right.
How can you do an experiment by sharing your screen?
Oh, NASA, they've been caught. I can't believe you guys are in denial. In denial. Watching that NASA Chinook.
What's this? I'm going to speed it up for the sake of.
That's why I do it, Sandro. When I know people like they don't like going over to FTFBs and all that, the vibe's terrible. And the amount of trolls you got there to compete with, it's nah. I just would not go there. That's why, like, when I hear these are on, I sometimes do these live ones. No, watch parties.
So that's the rocket.
And there's thank you for mentioning fisheye. There's the camera right here. He went through painstakingly testing several different cameras. Where's this video of it? And he chose the M10, which is a rectilinear lens. Here. So here's different versions of the lenses he's trying out. When he was testing it, he used a rectilinear lens. It's not a fisheye, and it's provable that it's not a fisheye. Okay, and these are the various lenses he tested. This was indeed a rocket. This is the rocket right here. I'll show it launching if you want. They show it uncut. Here, I'll show it from the start of the. Where are we? Here we go. So we can watch it uncut if you like. They show it from a different angle right in a second here. Here we go. Mind you, this is uncut. And you get some wobbling because it's spinning, blah, blah, blah. When it stops spinning, though, is the real juicy part. Matter of fact, everyone's probably bored. I'm going to, fuck it, I'll let it play.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I'm
lovely.
waiting to see when that flat horizon's going to start bending out. Looking for the editing tricks.
Editing tricks? Where's the editing tricks?
I'm waiting for the horizon still flat right there.
Well, it's not. I could pause it and show you it's not, but it gets better
Pause
because we're
it.
only at
It
100,000
might
feet.
look like it's bending because of the wobble. So when you take a pencil and start dangling a straight line like that, it looks like it's wiggling.
Yeah, Nico, that's why I preempted your wobbling,
It's
spinning
straight.
question or statement by saying before you said that it's spinning right now. Let's wait till it stops spinning. I said that a second ago.
Go ahead, go.
Fine, look like that.
By the way, you can pause it while it's spinning and see that it's curved easily. But see how it's up and down?
What you're looking at is the rounding out of the edge of the Earth, because that is what's curving. Otherwise, it's flat.
Rounding out of the edge of the Earth. Otherwise, it's flat.
Obviously, remember, the flat Earth is round. So at a certain height,
like
you
a
might-
plate.
Yeah, like a plate.
Okay, cool. Let me pause this for a second. So you see how this plate looks round, like you're saying?
Yeah.
Like if we're looking here, and you're looking that way over, it looks
Yeah.
round. Yeah. But if I tilt it, it looks more round. If I go this way, it looks more oblong. So the shape of a plate like this, it would be better if it was rigid. The shape of a plate like this is going to change the shape, the curvature rate as I change angles. It's going to look more oblong from this direction, more curved like a circle from straight on like this. So the angle of the camera, as the camera's angling around, would really drastically change the shape of the curvature you're seeing if this curvature was indeed from a flat plate like surface. It's the same reason you can look at a hi-hat in your house, like a light fixture. From an angle, it looks more oblong.
Yes.
But from right underneath it, looking up, it looks circular.
Yes, but you'd have to be level with it, then go above it if it was a plate, then below it for that kind of effect to happen. That's from a totally different point of view. You're coming out Globeymcglobeface.
There was a good spot. I like that spot. Let's look at that. See that?
Beautiful.
I mean, the fact that he got this is incredible. Where's the ice wall? Where's the dome?
It's not.
Oh, Mr. Super, I didn't know you were here. Bless you, man. Good to see you, bro.
Like it's close, too close. It's just not adding up the footage.
Okay, I'm going to pause it when the horizon's at the lower part of the screen here. Okay, see it's down here, but below center frame. It's kind of curved. Can't even deny that that's curved. Okay.
Yeah, but because there's like look at the reflection of the lens in the glass, which is obviously curved around. It's could be given that distortion of a curve. Obviously, there's.
Luke, are you not talking to me? Every time I bloody address you, you're blanking me. Are you talking to me or not? I asked you a question. Are you talking to me? Keep blanking me, bro.
The glass cover is causing distortion.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, we can address that in a second. I'm going to pause it again mid-frame. I missed it. Right about there. I'm a little above. Still curved at the same rate of curvature. Top frame, still curved at the same rate of curvature, and this is provable. I've done overlays with Walter Bisland's model to prove that this is the same rate of curvature the whole time.
No, what I mean, Luke, by are you not talking to me? I don't mean are you talking to me directly right now. I mean, have you fell out with me? Because every time I address you, you don't say anything. I don't mean are you talking directly at me right now. I mean, have you fell out with me? As in you don't like me or something. Because every time I address you, you're not answering me at all. Just wondering, that's all.
To linear M12 lens. Sorry, I think I said M10 initially. Where is it? There's one really good shot of it when it's being built. Damn, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of supposed independent rockets go up. I've seen footage of rockets go up, spinning, and then boom, come to a stop because they hit the ceiling in the sky, the firmament.
Nah, no, you haven't.
Yeah, I have.
Have you ever seen a yo-yo D-spin device? They're how rockets stop spinning once they reach apogee. They release these two long strings with weights on the end, which I could show you too. They fling outward and they stop the rocket from spinning. So what you were watching that's the Go Fast rocket. You were watching that rocket video and it stopped spinning and it made a sound, a clunking sound. And you guys all say that's the sound of it hitting the firmament, but it's the sound of the yo-yo D-spin device deploying, which you can actually see in the video. You can see the strings come out with the weights on the end. So yeah, sorry, that's not it. Anyway, does this have it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, pause. Shit, I just missed it. So check this out. Can you see this? This is the glass covering the hole in the side of the rocket here. If you notice, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I can zoom in. The edge of the glass is right here. Okay. It's not a bubble. He cut this out to ensure the piece of glass he put in here was flat. You can see the glass here goes to the edge of the hole, the porthole, and then it comes down like this and then goes back to the edge of the porthole. It's not filling this.
No, I know you're critical of Nico, not me. No, I don't mean that, Luke. Yeah, I know you're critical of Nico. I'm just letting you know how I feel about Nico. I know you're critical of Nico. No, I just meant because every time I addressed you in chat, like I either typed to you or spoke to you, you didn't answer me. So I thought you'd fell out with me for some reason. That's all. I know you're not criticizing me. I know you're not being critical of me. I know that. I know that. I just thought you either didn't see my chat or I thought you'd fell out with me or something. As in, I didn't mean, are you talking to me directly? I just meant, were you talking to me at all? Right, but I got you. You have it. Cool, cool. Bless you, man.
You want to rethink that statement?
But there are other lenses that can give. Like I've worn glasses for many years, and yeah, not just the fisheye lens is capable of curving the horizon.
What shape are your glasses? I have them right here. They're curved, right?
Somewhat.
They convex. I mean, that's the point of lenses. They're convex. It's refocusing the light into your eyes, right? Can you look through those lenses and see straight lines? See horizontal lines? Or is everything you look at globes? You just look everywhere. Every shelf looks like a globe. My blinds look like a globe. Everything's globy. Ooh, globy.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had like these glasses where everything seemed like it was curved around me. Just it was weird. I've had some weird lenses as I've gone through my vision problems growing up, but now I just wear contacts and I don't like the lens. So when you put on glasses, they first of all they sit on your nose, so there's a distance from your eyes to the lens to what you're looking at, and that is what I had an issue with, and I didn't like that distance. So when I put the contact lenses on, then there's the on the eye, so I don't get that distortion. I find when with glasses, no matter the lens, it distorts reality and gives curve to certain things.
What shape are your contact lenses?
Convex and concave.
They're like
Depends
they're
on how you look at
concave,
yeah.
convex, whatever you're looking at. Convex.
Both.
Hey,
bit on the
Globy,
eye
do you
wall.
walk into walls all the time because of your glasses and distorting
I
reality?
always walk into. I can't write on a table. Every time I try to find the table, it's all curved. I try to
you
put
should
my
see me
foot
trying to
down
pick
on
up
it.
a glass at a restaurant. It's just devastation, missing the plate and all sorts.
I mean, Nico, you see how crazy.
No, look, it's all cool. I just wondered, just because you didn't get back to me. I didn't. No, it's not like I was getting upset or anything. I just didn't know because you didn't get back to me. It's all good, man. It's all good. You don't have to apologize, bro.
Ultra wide angle lenses, even those that aren't fisheye, can make the horizon appear curved due to their wide field of view, which exaggerates Earth's curvature. So there's the ultra wide angle lens, the fisheye lens, the rectilinear ultra wide angle lens.
So what does the rectilinear lens do?
That's the lens he was doing. These lenses, while also ultra wide, preserve straight lines but still exaggerate the Earth's curvature, making the horizon appear curved. There's the barrel distortion lens, but I believe in that rocket video he was using the rectilinear ultra wide angle lens, which curves the horizon. There you go.
No.
It just says it right here.
You see this picture, Nico? This is a fisheye lens. You see how it's curving the bottom?
Yeah.
And then curving the top the opposite way, right? What's this doing right here? Maybe it's hard to see. Let me zoom in. Does that look straight to you?
Spud, good to see you, bro.
Boarded?
Where? What are you? Sorry. What are you?
This line right here.
Yeah. Okay. That's not straight because what's happening is that it's being pulled forward, so it's kind of curving. But because we're at the perspective we're looking at it, it looks straight, but it's curved.
Nico, you know I'm talking about downward curvature, not like a bowing towards us.
Saying like it's
Not-
weird.
yes.
I'm
Talking about if this was the horizon of Earth, that's straight and flat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's not curving downward like the bottom is or the top is of this picture.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, but at the bottom, they could use the lens and add that could be the horizon,
Not
and they say,
straight.
look, the horizon's curving, just like the picture on Wikipedia.
That's what I'm getting at. So this is not curving downward or upward because the center of a fisheye is undistorted. Barrel distortion does not occur in the middle of the lens. It curves horizontal lines at the top frame, top of the picture, downward, and the opposite below center frame, it curves them up.
We know that. And your point is?
Do you know what this means? You know what we can take out of this information?
Okay, but we're talking about the lens used on the rocket, and was he not using a rectilinear ultra
He
wide?
was using a rectilinear. Yes, he was.
And that curves the horizon.
The same as a fisheye would, right?
Hey, Roger, good to see you, bro.
Fisheyes.
But we're talking about the lens used, which also curves the horizon.
Yeah, I think you're missing a point. So the point is barrel distortion, whether it's rectilinear, which minimizes any distortion, that's the point of the lens, or if it's a fisheye lens, which has extreme barrel distortion, through center frame of the picture, it's not going to be distorted. Even less so with a rectilinear, because fisheye is the most distortion. Anything through center frame, here's another example, is going to be straight. It's going to be undistorted if it's exactly center frame. Why are these straight here? Center frame. Why are these straight here? Center frame. Anything center frame is not distorted. I mean, you got the point yet, right? So if we look at this video and you want to claim this is somehow distortion, then we can easily.
So what if it's center frame but angled up? It's going to have distortion then, surely, or angled down center frame.
If it
Right
were
there,
a fisheye lens.
there's center frame for you. No distortion, fisheye or not, no distortion, still curved. If this was this, it would be straight. If it was a flat horizon, it'd be straight.
What's that got to do with
It's not a fisheye lens. And if it was a fisheye lens, as it went up here, it would be more curved than it is. And if it was down below center frame, it'd be concaving. It would be bowing up like a smiley face here. Matter of fact, while you're contemplating your life choices right now, I'm going to show you ignore my my recommendations. My kids steal my YouTube all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Little piggy balloon.
I said that earlier on here, and they've come away from flat earth and gone down side avenues. You know, they're getting away from the point. Both of them.
Pretty much debunked that whole rocket video with the rectilinear lens as exaggerating the horizon.
Rectilinear.
I don't know why we're bringing up fisheye lens, but
Did I
You
step
brought
out?
it up.
Oh, I must have stepped out when you debunked.
it's not the only lens.
Whether it's fisheye or rectilinear, you're claiming distortion curves horizontal lines.
Yeah, and
So-
it exaggerates a curvature.
It's all the same distortion. It's just levels of the distortion.
I think
Rectilinear is minimal distortion, and then the scale goes to the right. A fisheye is at the other end where it's maximum distortion. It really looks barrel distortion, really looks curved. Okay, those are the differences. But either way, through center frame, it doesn't distort anything. That's what I'm showing you.
Yeah, I still think he's a little green at debating there, and I think his videos now are okay so far, and his lives are good or whatever. But when it comes to debating, he's still a little green at it.
They claim this is flat Earth,
A
right?
lot green.
But it cuts off at 4 minutes and 29 seconds, and there's a reason for that.
But
All these videos,
better than I could do, because I couldn't do it. I would go off my head at them.
except for one,
And I'm blasted.
which is this one, and this is not a flat earther channel. This is more of the original video that you can't find anymore. And what happens after 4 minutes and 30 seconds is this
Are you
balloon
sharing
pops.
something? I can't see it.
I mean, I am. Is it not showing it?
Exactly, Joyce.
You can share it again, maybe.
I think everyone else can see it.
Well said, Joyce.
There we go.
What
Yeah,
are
I
his
see
level?
it now.
Talk about it.
Good. So I'll go back. So these are all different flat earth channels here. All 4 minutes and 30 seconds long, except for this one. Okay. And this is a flat earth video that people love to show. Flat earthers, look how flat it is, right? But what they don't show you is after the 4 minutes and 30 second mark, which is where flat earthers.
You're right. When they say something, even though it's off topic, he's got no comebacks. I mean, Lex of Flats and sort of would have kept it on topic. But if it was on topic, they would have had comebacks all the time.
This is a fisheye lens. The whole time, flat earthers claiming this is proof of flat earth while using a fisheye lens. And this is going to display to you what I was just saying a second ago. Okay. Balloon pops, and you can see the horizon goes concave at the bottom, like a smiley face, right?
Yeah.
And then
Not sure on that one. Not sure on that one. And I just know I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt to start off with. You know what I mean? I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
when the horizon's above center frame and below center frame, it super curves it at the top and concaves it at the bottom. Okay. That's how you know this video is not a fisheye. It never does any of that. It's always the same rate of curvature.
Shilster.
And it's not NASA. It's a private guy who just launched this rocket.
Always the same rate of curvature that the lens is given off.
Okay, so your answer to this is the lens is curving.
Sorry,
the flat
Yes,
here.
sir, Mr. Globey.
All right, fine. We can move on.
No, Craig. Shush.
I'll take the L on that.
Right, we've got about 20 minutes left on open discussion, guys. Unless you want to go longer, up to you guys. After that, we will be getting into Q&A. There's a few questions already. If you guys want to get in some more questions, make sure you either super chat or tag me or something. Smoke signals work, so just set fire to your nearest flat earther's house and use a blanket. I'm sure I'll get the message.
Well, he got it last time he debated Craig, didn't he? Because he was really cheeky to Craig, even though Craig probably deserved it. But he wasn't a good ambassador for Flat Earth that day when he last debated him, you know. So when he debated Craig, so yeah, no, you're right there. You're right there, without a doubt. Who said it? Sandra.
Plain.
So would you agree that feeling spin is a sense we have, one of our senses?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Right. Okay. We have certain things inside of us that tell us that we're moving or falling or whatever's happening, right?
Well, look at our bodies. Look at the way the human body's made up. We're 70% water. If the world was spinning, we'd be a disaster. Like we wouldn't be able to function.
We would just like be peeling apart.
Yeah, my stomach at the moment, like if I could stand up too fast, I might throw up. You know what I mean? It's that sensitive. So if we were on a spinning ball,
Could you show us?
then yeah.
Stand, yeah, do it right now.
Let me see.
Go.
Oh, dude, don't let them.
You know, that's an over exaggeration, but in certain scenarios,
I want to see you
when you go
vomit.
over the hill and the car raises and goes,
Don't let them clown you, man.
that sensation's like, whoa,
But that's happening pretty quick, right?
right? So
How'd the name come off the back of your jacket? Did you switch jackets?
no, that's on there.
Oh, I thought I didn't. Oh, it's up high. I didn't see it when you spun around. I
Did
thought
your
you did a
mum
wardrobe change.
iron that on for you, Nico?
Yeah, whatever you want to claim and believe is and keeps you happy. Yep, mommy ironed it on.
I was just wondering, because I mean, I don't imagine you're allowed to use hot things without someone around, are you? I mean,
yeah. So
You got to unplug it.
Thought you were the moderator there, Craig. Stop being an absolute arsehole. Take a day off, you absolute plum. Tell you what, Craig, I'd love to bump into you in the street, and I'm so placid. I tell you, I couldn't be with Craig.
well, yeah, and amongst other things, while doing other things that are supposed to counteract and go against or with that motion, you don't feel it, right?
Okay, but you're talking about feeling things, feeling this, feeling spinning, whatever,
So-
feeling falling. Okay.
So if the Earth is spinning, so let's take motor racing, for example, Formula One, they calculate in certain corners where a car is driving so fast, straight line, and then they go around a corner, they'll experience 5 G forces. That's 5 gravitational. So they can measure that from a car just going that way. Where's the measurements and the science for the Earth spinning? How did they get 5 Gs from one corner, but they can't give us a full explanation of the Earth spin with this? I'm guessing centrifugal force and all this stuff, right? We're too small to feel it. The Earth's too big.
How long do you estimate it takes?
Hey, comfy homie, good to see you. You're welcome. You must mean you're here. Yeah, Craig is a clown, absolute clown. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Oh, come on.
Yeah, so the speed, the moving, there's all kinds of science and physics involved, right?
So that's my point, though. From one point to get around back to the same point takes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's amazing.
20 seconds. I don't even know. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
here. 20 seconds.
20 seconds to do a lap around an oval.
For the Earth to do the same thing, it takes 24 hours. So imagine going to a stock car race and watching cars go around the track one time every 24 hours.
Woo!
Would you pay for that?
No.
No, it'd be boring as fuck.
Nico,
right?
you had to think about that answer.
Yeah.
Look,
you know why you wouldn't pay for it?
I'm like, would I race that? I'm like, no way. That'd be the most boring race ever. Yeah.
It would be. That's the speed of the Earth's rotation.
Yes, they are.
You think if you were in that stock car, you would feel that?
So that's
good to see you, Eugene. Yes, they are still debating the shape of it. Weirder.
Do you think you would feel if you were in that?
Obvious, it's flat.
You would feel that.
Of course, you feel it. They measure
You would feel that.
Feel 5G forces going.
No. I didn't say 5G. I said going around the track one time in 24 hours. We can calculate how fast you'd have to go to get that to happen. It's almost not moving.
Okay. That's just you're watching it though. We're not watching it. We're sitting on it. We're living lives on it. So get all the people instead of sitting in the stands watching the snap.
Hey, Gematria, good to see you.
Stand and sit on one of the cars going round 20 seconds a lap.
You're avoiding the point. You're avoiding the point. So I'm gonna interrupt you because you're avoiding the point.
You're taking us off of a spinning ball and making us view it as a NASCAR race. We're not viewing it. We're living on it.
I'm changing the scenario from the car going way faster than the Earth to a car going the speed of Earth, and showing you that if you take that car and make it go the speed of the Earth, it's almost not moving. You want to think it's 5G's going around the Earth going. It's not. If I spin my chair right now, one time in 24 hours, you come back tomorrow. All right, I'm doing it. You see me moving? I have to make one circle in 24 hours, Nico. Do you feel the 5Gs?
Oh, shut.
That's how fast the Earth's going, man. One turn in 24 hours.
So it would take a NASCAR, if they took 24 hours to do one lap, they would be going 0.129 miles per hour.
Thank you for calculating that.
Okay, so
do you think 0.12 mile per hour you would feel that?
We are on that NASCAR. Maybe not be the size.
1,000 miles an hour is 1,000 miles an hour. Simple as that.
On that speed. That speck of dust with the windows open because the atmosphere is open, right? We're moving. That speck of dust is going to be tossed around and thrown completely out and off of that stock car. How come it's not happening
at 0.12 mile per hour? Is that what you said? 0.12?
0.129, yeah.
0.129. At 0.129 miles per hour. Do you maybe need kilometers per hour?
A little bit, Kim. A little bit.
You want me to convert it for you?
I'll be 3 kilometers. That's quick enough.
Okay. Do you know 0.129 miles per hour is almost zero?
No, you said 1.29.
No, 0.129. 0.129.
That's a calculation as the equivalent of the Earth's 666,600 miles per hour cut down to scale. I don't know. And who came up with that? Craig came up with that calculation. Another fish story.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't invent the maths.
Yeah.
You certainly
we could do math. Don't make me have to bring out some gematria.
You did not create maths, Craig, but you certainly worship it.
Length of the track, right? Over 24 hours. Now you have the time it takes to go around that length of track, and suddenly you have your time it takes. Right? It's very, very straightforward. Or your speed. Or your speed, I'm sorry.
Must be, yeah.
The speed it takes.
Like
Yeah,
this.
it's not that difficult. So
I'm happy
point
though.
is, okay, another example. Do you always, maybe sometimes, but do you always feel when oh shit, you're outdoing me. Do you always feel when a mosquito lands on you?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, don't you dare
Any
say
bug.
yes.
any bug.
You
I'm
feel
too
all
sensitive.
mosquitoes when they land on you?
If
Fucking
anything
superhuman.
touches me, I'm looking, and I can't stand bugs. So any
I
little
didn't say bite
twinkle-
you. You feel when they
Not
bite
even
you.
bug, anything
land
just
on
land
you.
on me, walk on me. That doesn't feel like the breeze blowing through my hair. If it feels like it's got little legs and antlers on,
I'll remind you, it's a sin to lie, Nico.
I will feel the bugs. I cannot have ants or anything minuscule.
I didn't say does it bother you or what you can't
I'll
have.
feel it. I can feel it. Yeah,
You're gonna tell me you feel mosquitoes land on you?
on your bare skin. Yeah,
Yeah.
feel something.
They're
that
literally
wasn't there
designed
before
so
that is
you
now
don't feel
there.
them. You've never.
Well, I know when a mosquito's on me because I'm itchy as hell because it's sucking blood out of me and trying to numb me up. So if you don't feel it, it's 'cause it's numbing you up as well. It's sucking blood out of you. I feel it.
Just sitting around and you're taking it easy, and something lands on you before biting you, specifically a mosquito. I don't care if it's designed to be.
What the hell has this got to do with flat Earth? Really? Mosquitoes landing on you. What has this got to do with proving flat Earth? What has this got to do with debunking flat Earth?
Okay. Your senses are limited. You have limits to your senses. You can't see in the dark. You need a certain amount of light, photons, to enter your eye in order for your.
FA Nation, good to see you, bro.
I don't know. A cat would be able to see in that same
Maybe
darkness.
that's what it
right?
is. Maybe that's the sense then. If you
Hoddy goddy, and the windy boxy.
Happen to be about 0.2 meters per second squared. This has been tested and studied for rotational acceleration, 0.2 meters per second squared. You need to be moving faster than that, or at least that, to feel yourself rotate or accelerate.
so is that
Anything
your
less, and
explanation?
like I said, anything less, and you're sitting in this chair rotating one time in 24 hours, you're not going to feel it. Okay.
So is that the science you're going to
It's
use
so
to
exciting.
explain away the 8 inches per square mile that we can't?
No,
square
this is the
mile.
science I'm using to
Per square
explain
mile.
why the Earth's acceleration, rotational, the centripetal,
No.
8 inches per mile squared.
no,
I think
the
I get what
centripetal
you're saying.
acceleration of the Earth is 0.04 meters per
Yeah,
second
yeah.
squared.
So because
It's
of
way less
centrifugal rotation,
than
that's
the
at
minimum.
0.4, and because the Earth is spinning at that speed, that's why we can't calculate Earth's curvature at 8 inches per square
No, that's not
mile.
what I
Because the
said.
damn
That's-
thing is spinning,
Okay,
right?
hold on. This is getting bad.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. I didn't never mention Earth's curvature.
Let me see
I
the
don't know
chats.
why.
I see all these nibnobs in the chat talking their nonsense. You all are getting school today,
Mhm.
education. Dr. King Nico in the house.
Okay.
I just
We're
want
pulling
to
out.
check.
It's gonna be-
Is it the Earth's curvature is 8 inches per square mile, Nico? Is that right?
yes, 8 inches per
You
square
can
mile.
calculate the Earth curves 8 inches every 8 inches per square mile, and that can't be calculated. I'm
8
guessing
inches per
because Globey
square
just gave us the spinning Earth
Right.
science
God,
that
8 inches
makes
per
sense.
mile
If
squared.
the Earth is spinning that way, then we won't be able to calculate it because it's constantly moving.
Hold it closer to the camera, Globy.
If you're trying to mirror it, here we
blown.
go. There we go.
Holla
Focus, you son of a gun.
for $1.
Oh, my
Little
camera doesn't
baby.
want to focus, but you can read that. Here's your straw man card, Nico. Okay. I never said that had anything to do. You want me to read it? You know what a straw man is, right?
No.
Misrepresenting someone's arguments to make it easier to attack. So I never mentioned any of that had to do with Earth's curvature precisely, but the Earth's rotation is not felt because it's less than the minimum our senses can detect.
So
And that happens
what-
because the Earth is so big.
So so is that because we're on the surface? What about when we're flying or
Yes, Roger. What's up?
the moment of leaving Earth's atmosphere? At that point, will you feel or experience some kind of motion from the Earth or see it? Because you're right on the edge of space and the Earth is moving. So if you're leaving it, how do they stay within its motion and spin if they exited it. So how do NASA and how do they get back onto it on something that's moving and spinning so damn fast through endless space?
I'm going to play the Dunning-Kruger card.
Oh,
Can anyone else smell?
That's the
burnt
best I can do
toast?
to that. I don't even know what you asked.
Gobi, do you smell burnt
you
toast,
know
or is
what he
that just me?
you do know what he asked. He said it in a weird way, but you do know what he asked. But it's besides the point. None of this is debunking or proving flat Earth. Or any of this, any of it is debunking or proving flat Earth.
Wrote it and gave it to
Okay.
us, and I'm just here proving
Bushes,
it, baby.
talk, and everything.
Okay.
I know, it's
I
amazing.
see so many chats. I see that's my name. Don't wear it out. Don't misspell it.
Okay.
Punks.
Well, look, so if you're accelerating away from the Earth, you're going to feel that because you're accelerating faster than
Yeah.
your minimum senses can detect. So yes, when you're in a rocket, that's why you have things like G-forces that they measure, right? The space shuttle was designed to not exceed 3 Gs because the human, just to keep the astronauts safe.
So how did Sonny Williams, that 60-year-old hag, survive all of those forces on exiting, surviving in space for 9 months, then
To
returning
be fair,
home?
she's not here,
With
so
a
let's not
tan
insult her.
and
so
her
she doesn't-
headed.
Nico, she's not here, so let's not insult her because she doesn't have the chance to defend herself. Let's stay classy, yeah.
Oh, wow, coming from
Can you show me your
big, let's stay classy. Like you don't talk to anybody when they're not about, talk about anybody when they're not about. You bloody old woman beater.
Yeah, I'm sorry I even brought her up. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm curious, well, you're asking how she survived all these forces. So certainly you've done some sort of analysis on the forces that she felt.
Yeah, just believe at her age and at her
True.
visual lack of health and fitness, she should have been disintegrated into a million pieces.
By what forces?
You'd expect someone like an athlete in the prime of their health and conditioning and like to be an astronaut, but no, they get these Freemason sodomites out of the lodge, whichever lodge it is, to go up there and play actor and play space.
Sodomites, press
I'm
1
sorry,
on the chat.
Hey, Glenn Sauls, good to see you, bro. Jimenez, good to see you as well, man.
These people, if this Earth and all that science was real, would be able to survive, let alone the launch and the
By what forces?
From the thrust forces from the rocket taken off, then the forces of
Which
the
are
Earth
what?
spinning as they're leaving Earth's atmosphere, which is spinning at 66,600 miles per hour, right? And also in motion, like, yeah. So
Nico,
you're
what's
telling me
the-
you don't feel it because we're on Earth, but they would definitely
Well,
feel it.
they would
as they're
feel, yes.
exiting.
Sure,
They'd
they
be
would.
destroyed by
Nico,
that kind of
Nico, Globy asked if you could actually tell him what the forces are, though. You just said a bunch of things. Could you just actually give us the forces involved, like calculate them for us and tell
There
us
are
what
no
they are?
forces. It's fake crap. I'm not buying into this.
You
this
said
crap.
they would die from the forces. So certainly you've done that analysis in order to come to the
exiting-
conclusion they would die from the forces, right?
Yeah, from exiting a system that has gas contained in it into a vacuum, right, of space, it doesn't add up. There's no way they'd be able to survive. There's no human technology to account for that
So
kind
there
of
is a
science.
whiteboard on
Ridiculous.
Zoom. If you put the whiteboard up, Nico, you could run us through the maths. That would be wonderful.
Like I said, I got my maths, but it's
Or
gonna
show
take
us,
a
please.
whole
Yeah, there's a
day.
whiteboard function on Zoom, so just bring up the whiteboard and just run us through the maths. I think we'd all enjoy that.
See, Max says that he's a sodomite in the chat. I don't know why
Oh
he's
yeah,
saying that.
sodomite
It's
crew in
true.
the house.
Oh, I think that was during your debate with him. I think I saw that, right? I think he
Well,
asked
any of
you
this got to
a
do with the
question and you
debate?
said yes, and then that made you a sodomite based on a definition of sodomites.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Along those lines, but those lines
Does that make
are
you a
blurred.
Freemason too?
Those lines are blurred and distorted and were filmed
Oh,
with
they're
a
blurred.
fisheye lens.
Right, yeah. So you
All right,
can,
Nico.
if you click more, you can bring up whiteboard, Nico, and then just just type the maths, show us the maths of the forces
That's not
involved.
my science. I'm trying to prove it.
Hey, Vic Noy, good to see you. Welcome.
How would you
Oh.
calculate the force? What is the formula for force?
Exactly. I'm waiting to see those numbers from NASA and how Sonny Williams were able to survive those forces and the thrust and the.
I
Don't you
you
think
may-
it's a bit disingenuous for
I
you
think
to
you may have
come to
missed
a
Globy's
conclusion
question there, yeah.
that they would die from something if they did it because the forces would kill them, but you have no idea what those forces are?
100%.
Don't you?
Hold on, just like what you say about attributing certain things from Globe to flat Earth, like you did in the start, Globeymcglobeface. So you're a hypocrite. You're doing the exact same thing.
Liz, right?
Again, don't you think it's disingenuous that you're concluding that without knowing anything about it?
Like you.
No, I know too much about it to know that.
So then, what is it?
exist.
I'm asking you what it is. What are the
The only thing they
forces?
survived were
I'm so
acting in a studio and survived the Chinook helicopter flight from the base to the ocean.
No,
where
no,
they
no. I didn't ask you more
tested all their rockets.
conspiracies. I asked you about the forces. The forces. I don't want to do it, but if you keep changing the subject, you're gonna get the keys.
Okay, what?
Globeymcglobe, you did the exact same thing at the start. You said, this is what we should see in a flat Earth. This is what we should see here. This is what we should see there, without even knowing about it. So you did the exact same thing. You're a hypocrite.
Told her.
Yeah, you said that she would be disintegrated into
thrust
pieces,
alone,
I
yeah.
think.
He did say
As
disintegrate.
they're leaving Earth's atmosphere that is spinning and moving
At a
if they're
certain
no
speed,
longer part of
we're getting
that,
closer. At a
they're
certain
gonna-
speed,
yeah.
right?
How come they're not getting crushed by these forces that are moving at such high speeds and they're only in a human man-made rocket, right? So how are they able to survive exiting Earth's atmosphere and get to this space, to the space station, to view the Earth and still, be a part of all those forces? So that's what.
This is all irrelevant. This is all irrelevant. This has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. You know what I mean? Nothing. This is not debunking. This is not for. This is irrelevant.
You haven't fully left it. So after the atmosphere, let me guess, there's a
Still
tail
talking.
you can still drag along with the motion of the Earth. You hear the fish story they're trying to pass on?
I saw you look up at him. I saw you look up at him for a second. It worked. There we go. Forces.
What?
You're on stories. Okay. Yeah, to fit the magic and the Disney that you guys are trying to pass off.
Okay. All you have to say is, I don't know what the forces are. I can't calculate the forces. I'm assuming that she would die from these forces because I just have to say some nonsense. I'm a flat earther. You could have just said that instead of trying to like.
You're there in a NASA shirt and those forces never once crossed your mind that your mind was allowed to let this person fake the story, go up to space, stay there for 9 months, and come back, and you had no question.
I believe I specifically said that the space shuttle was limited. They designed the thrust output of the shuttle to maximize the forces felt by the astronauts to 3 Gs. I said that before. So I have thought about this. I'm not exactly sure what the limits of the SpaceX launches are. I've never looked into it. I'm sure it's about the same. Okay. There's a limit for a reason so that they don't die. If they just built the fastest, strongest rocket ever that accelerated faster than any other rocket ever did, they might apply too many Gs to the astronauts and they might die. But they don't do that. They limit the thrust for that reason.
Yeah.
And you can calculate that based on the acceleration profile of the
all these calculations
shuttle.
are coming out. They'll be coming out. Maybe not right now, but I'm gonna. This stuff.
Do you think you could give us a date that we could look forward to, or a rough estimate? Maybe that'd be wonderful.
I'll have it ready for the next debate, probably.
Do you want to debate me tomorrow?
No. When are we doing top left? I've been waiting almost a month for that start.
Yeah, I had to move home. I mean,
you're moved now. You're in a lot more dark. I'm not used to seeing you sitting in the dark like this, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's called soundproofing. Well, I had to move home, and I'm decorating my new home. The video is almost made.
Why was all the jocks after you? Because you're a bomb.
A week, had to suffer anxiety thinking this thing was, had to be done.
Yeah, again, I had to move home because my home was destroyed by a storm.
No, you got to run out of tune.
It's Wednesday, but you could debate me tomorrow and show me this maps. That'd be wonderful.
Can't tomorrow because we're debunking TFE and that fish story tomorrow with.
And it's not a good idea to debate him. Look, at this point, it's taking the piss. Why would you want to debate him tomorrow, Nico? If you're being serious, why would you want to debate him at all?
Okay, sounds fun.
Eastern.
Right, we've got about 2 minutes left on open discussion. Is there anything else you guys want to quickly talk about?
What year was the globe invented? Do we know this?
Oh, you want to speak about? Okay, let's speak of creation. So, the Bible says, according to genealogy, Earth is 6,029 years young. Earth was created 4,004 years before Christ. So, from Adam to the Great Flood brings us to the year 1656 Anno Mundi, since the year of the world. Jesus was born.
Okay, all that's great. All that's great. We only have 2 minutes. I didn't ask the history of the Bible. I asked, when did whoever's in charge invent the globe to start pushing that lie?
I don't know. You tell me. What did it sound like? What did this big bang sound like?
Yes,
Kablam, not kaboom.
I mean, I was asking you. I didn't know if the Freemasons did it at some specific point.
The universe came into it.
Hey, dude, good to see you, man. And yes, he is a woman beater.
NASA was invented. Like when was it?
1950.
Allegedly.
1957. Evelyn Bird died. 1956. Antarctic Treaty. So
that's what I mean. Was the Earth a globe before that, or was it just like at that point?
No, because Universal Studios knew Earth was a globe long before NASA did, and they're just the movie.
They knew it was a globe. What do you mean?
I don't know how they were able to figure that one out without rockets and space.
Well, probably because everyone knew it was a globe before NASA was invented.
No, someone wanted people to know.
Everyone.
There's no way before space and NASA anyone would have ever wanted or ever thought of a spinning ball in the universe unless someone told them that it was that way.
Yeah, you know how how all that was determined? The motions of the things in the sky. It's amazing when you actually look at it. They only work on a globe when
Nico, to be honest, if you want to be taken more seriously, stop debating these guys. They're a waste of time, and it just doesn't look good for flat Earth. It's just they're making a joke out of it. This isn't disproving flat Earth. This isn't proving flat Earth. This isn't proving a globe. It's not even getting the points across. It's all going down side avenues. It's not debating flat Earth.
Where's the South Pole? Can we point to it?
There is no South Pole.
Oh, sure there is. It's where Sigma Octantis is, that star that's opposite Polaris.
All that matters is the North Pole, and everything is there. That's the North, and everything that goes away from the North Pole is the South.
Sure, but if you're in Australia, like I showed in my presentation, looking south this way, you see all the stars spinning clockwise in a circle, and in the center of that circle is Sigma Octantis.
Why is the bloody globe using the AE? Huh? What's that all about? Just go show you it's a bloody globe projection. But they're usually forcing it on you, but now he's using it to tell you what you believe.
At the same time over here looking south, everything's circling around Sigma Octantis. At the same time over here, everything looking south is circling around Sigma Octantis. There's no symmetry, buddy. It can't work. Unless you can come up with, well, you can. It's called magic. But okay.
Right.
Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
Questions, please get your super chats in. There's currently a super chat goal. If we get another 14 super chats, then me and Nico will do a push-up competition live.
To the sound they're playing on the radio.
Super chats in, you sodomites.
So how many push-ups do you think you can do in a row, Nico?
Oh my goodness.
I can safely.
Oh, you're getting all big-headed since you did this push-up thing. You didn't even do them properly. And it's press-ups.
Right. You can,
maybe it's more. I don't know.
Angle your camera down and show us. That'd be amazing. Yeah. 3 Ron $2 says, Nico, why are you so clueless as to how bad you are at debates?
Well, I'm not a debater, but
I wasn't going to be on by that. It's just the scene that this debate was live. David Martin told me in Messenger. I didn't know it was on, so I thought a lot of people don't like going to FTFE, so I thought I'd show it as a watch party live.
Debate community, it's mind blowing. So I'm
Mike
grateful
Tyson
for this
get beat
opportunity
recently
to give
by
a spanking
Jake
to
Paul?
all these
No, it was a big
shills.
setup.
So what you're saying is you could get beaten by Jake Paul.
Well, yeah, when I'm like 70, maybe if I'm desperate for money, then we can rig something that way for sure.
So which point did I lie about tonight? And can you prove I lied about it?
No, the points you came were points that the lying government, the lying science, and the research that was created to be science and be fact, right? Just because they came up with it and signed their names and put a certificate on it and gave someone an award for it doesn't make it true.
His name is Felicia, Roger. Felicia.
That because the science community says this is, you know, it's got a red tag on it. It's got to be, you know, Harvard teaches it, you know. So
I'm not lying, but the science I'm basing my facts on are
you're
lying.
Regurgitating lies. That's it. That has been passed off as truth.
But I didn't say anything tonight that had anything to do with government science that's indoctrinated to me.
You're wearing a NASA top. It all comes from these organizations, these entities.
But I didn't bring up any science. The sun paths aren't science that I was indoctrinated with. You can go observe the sun yourself. How does it turn to your left from Australia? Or say you're in South America and you're looking this way. Australia's over there. The sun's going towards Australia. It has to be, but it doesn't set that way. It always sets this way. It sets that way all the time. Things like this are impossible.
Yeah, just shrug your shoulders, Nico. Hey, Nico, I've got a question for you. Objectively, what is worse, wearing a NASA top or having your mum iron on your name to your not military top?
I like my name. I'd rather wear my name than NASA's deception name.
So right. Yeah. You ever notice when you go to events, you're the only one with a name tag?
I'm liking this one here. Instead of kaboom or kablam, it's kablooey.
Yeah, we get to that. Michela for 199 says, Nico, are you looking forward to winning top left?
Speaking of top left, yes, I've been looking forward to it and anticipating my win for the whole month now, well past due. So,
I do apologize that Mother Nature destroyed the home that I lived in with my children.
All right, I didn't know you had full control over it, so I apologize for being excited over it after I found out I was nominated and, you know, had a huge chance of winning. I can't see it panning out any other way.
You want to win top left?
Whatever it is, I'll take it. Winning's winning.
Oh,
right?
No, Nico, you don't want top left. Just laugh at him about it.
Jack Fetter, $1.99 says, Nico, how come you're so arrogant? Are you like the king of the arrogant, ignorant idiots?
Wow. I mean, coming from Craig, that's a big thing to say, you know. I'm surprised his tongue doesn't fall out reading that about arrogance. One of the most arrogant pricks about, same as his master, McToon.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Talking about lies, Andreas Eldritch, 56, says, Nico, you claim the earth is exactly as the Bible describes. Since when does a circle have 4 corners?
Oh my goodness!
When it's enclosed in a box that we don't have the privilege of access to, but it is described in the book of Enoch.
4 quadrants.
Enoch's visions describe the earth and how the waters above and around us are contained.
How many Christian sects use the book of Enoch? I can think of one.
The Ethiopian,
so
the Hebrews, the born-again Christians, you know, anyone that
Hebrews aren't.
Timothy in the Bible says all scripture is God-breathed. Not all of the Bible is God-breathed.
Yeah, he makes your brain switch off, doesn't he? It's amazing. With their first super
fantastic.
chat.
Let me just, okay. If I read a science textbook, Nico, and it's written, you know, by whoever, whatever scientist, we're not going to believe that, right? Or at the bat, we should verify these things, right? Especially since a lot of these people in the education system are Freemasons, right? the Rockefellers.
Yeah,
right?
we're learning. We're learning.
So we don't want to just believe things that are written by these people without verifying. I would agree with that. We shouldn't just believe what we read, right? I would think you would agree with that. So who wrote?
Just believe what you read. So didn't all your info come out of a textbook?
So this is how it goes. Obviously, back then there was a connection with God. Man could speak to God and hear the voice of God, and God could speak to man.
How?
Obviously, the Bible talks in Genesis of how Adam, Eve, and God, there was full-on discussions between man and God. There was a spoken word. And then after they fell, that connection obviously got cut off. But before it got cut off, God commanded his word to be written. And this is how we got the Bible. So it was written.
You don't have to teach them the theology of the Bible at all, Nico. They're just trying to take the piss and they're trying to get you twisted up.
What
But
he requested of them.
But you learned what you just said to me from those men who wrote that in the Bible. So if I was writing the Bible and I told you, believe me, I talked to God. Therefore, God told me this is true and this is the word of God. That's called begging the question. Or if you
such things as prophecy tells you the Bible's true, archaeology, things what are said and they're coming true. It's not just about who wrote the Bible. And most of the people who wrote the Gospels and the Bible have met Jesus. Well, some of them met Jesus. The Gospels, few of them met Jesus, were with Jesus. Paul, who wrote a lot of the New Testament, met Jesus. They're not just random people.
They're all saying, we understand why you wear a hat. I don't get it. A Myrtle Merc with their first super chat on the channel, popping their cherry, says, Nico, do you believe everything the Bible says?
Oh, here we go.
Absolutely everything the Bible says.
Aaron.
It has shown me the truth. Why would you not trust when it has shown you? It's never lied, it's never been wrong.
So according to the Bible, pi is 3.
No.
Is that right?
No.
3.14.
No. According to the Bible, pi is 3, not 3.14.
It's nothing to do with from one side of the brim to the other. It's not the circumference. It's from one brim, from the top brim to the bottom brim. It's not a cross. It's not pi. It's not the circle. I knew it. Straw man.
Oh, right. You've just got the puny god that can just create a snow globe, I see. Is that right? What about you, Globey? Do you think everything the Bible says is true?
Yeah, Roger.
How you guys thoughts on the Bible? Am I the only one here that reads the Bible and trusts in its word?
I tend not to believe a book written by a bunch of men that told me.
And you notice they took a part of the Bible that would equate to them using math. You know what I mean? They had to be something to do with maths, and they even got that wrong. Brim to brim, not edge to edge, as in bottom to top.
Helpful things in it for people's general lives. It's great. Go for it.
Yeah, I smell.
But it's not the word of God.
I'll take that book over any modern science journal textbook, which was written by men, that was funded by government, that say they performed an experiment and shared the results. I've not taken their word for
But you
it.
just said written by men. The Bible was also written by men. Why is it not okay here, okay there?
Those men were funded by God and his word.
Funded by God.
Modern men are funded by government.
Says
government
them.
Not God. Government do.
How did God fund people? Nico, bad brain sore. Nomadic for $5 says, everything Nico said about the pyramids I made through CGI and sets. Nico, can you prove me wrong?
What about the pyramids?
No. They're saying that they created the pyramid hoax. They created all that stuff that you've seen recently. And can you prove them wrong? They did it as a joke.
These theories of cities and underground structures beneath the pyramids have been shared by
Not the
flat
question I
earthers,
asked.
biblical earthers, long before this past week. And
Yeah, he
post
created them ages ago.
discovery,
That's what he's
whatever you
saying.
wanna call it.
He created all those images that you've seen. Can you prove him wrong?
Whether he created them or not, the idea and that theory has long been known and discussed and theorized between truthers regarding.
Roger, I can't come to a stream later on. I've got to get up for an appointment, so I've got to go to straight sleep. That's why, I did take the day off anyway. I wasn't meant to be doing this. And then I'm on in the afternoon. I'd love to come, man. I'd love to come, but I've got to get up. So I've got to go straight to bed after this finishes. Sorry about that, dude. But yeah, carry on, do your stream, man. Definitely. Do your stream. I'm sure everybody will go. I'm sure they will.
Created or not.
Why do you believe the scientists using technology invented through indoctrination, who scanned the ground using technology that never would have existed had school not existed?
I'm not believing that. I'm just saying.
Why do you believe them?
Sorry, Roger. Sorry, bro. You know I'd love to do it, man. But I've got to get some sleep for my appointment. Then obviously I'm streaming in the afternoon. I wasn't meant to be doing this one. It's only because someone told me it was on.
It's not.
Take it, you're going to cover this. You're going to review this.
Yeah, they're trying to give birth to the fake alien invasion. That's it. That's and the next story. So they're trying to give birth to ancient civilization or aliens were here before. They're trying to create a new narrative to take away from Bible prophecy. But my narrative is proving that is Bible prophecy, but they're trying to cover it up. But I'm not saying that structure is what the
Again, this is great. All good Bible information and all that, but this is nothing to do with flat Earth at all. At the minute, nothing.
About the fish story, get people talking and discussing and coming up with a whole bunch of new theories and nonsense, anything that's not Bible prophecy and truth.
Oh my God.
Shit's
brain
something long enough to put around my throat.
Yeah. Right. Zer Kane for $5 Australian says, Nico, did you follow along with everything that Globey said?
Hey, Chicago, could be bad. Good to see you.
Yeah.
In the opening, I guess he's talking about?
In his opening.
We followed him with all his presentation, his slides, talking about.
Could you just briefly, in 30 seconds, give us the main point that Globey was making?
Yeah, it was all a fish story. That's it.
Well, no, that wasn't the point.
Oh, and Roger, and I'm streaming tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, bro. So yeah, I've definitely got to get some sleep. But love you, man.
There was one big thing he kept repeating. Could you tell us what that was?
The flight paths of the northern southern hemisphere were symmetrical, which proves a globe, which is, that's it. Like if I was trying to prove a globe and was convinced it was real, I'd come with a video evidence. You don't need to come with animated images with the ball cut in half. It's just, that's not going to convince.
There was a two-word phrase that Globey kept using in his opening. He kept saying it over and over. Could you tell us what that was? I think he made it quite clear. I was just wondering if you were listening.
I don't know which phrase you're referring to, so you can go ahead and just tell us what that phrase was.
He kept saying, "With Globey, do you want to tell us?"
No. He's not going to listen the second time.
No, true. He obviously didn't hear you say globe symmetry a lot. Yeah. He didn't catch that, not once, obviously.
I just said that, the symmetry of the globe.
Well, I caught that because I said, how can you be in a plate spheroid if you've got bloody globe symmetry?
Tying together an overarching theme of we can't have all of these observations unless the ground we're standing on is symmetrical in both the northern and southern hemispheres. And that's just a fact. The length of those runways.
Cheers, Roger.
How can they have the same? They were only 2 minutes and 30 seconds apart in longitude, both north and south, the same amount, and they're the same length. How is that possible? When the longitude lines on the flat Earth go like this, they get wider as you go south. They get wider. That distance should be growing. You would never find if you actually tried to apply the coordinate system of the Earth on a flat Earth, you would never find your location. That's why they do transforms. That's why spherical coordinates are transformed to Cartesian flat Earth coordinates on this map. But why doesn't the GPS do that when you're following a GPS? I bet you've used one to get somewhere. That GPS is using spherical coordinates to calculate the distance you're driving using the Haversine formula, which is the distance over the arc of the globe. All of that is impossible on this. Sorry.
Any thoughts on that, Nico? Or should we move on to the next one?
I think we can move on. Whoever's got questions, but yeah, I see how convinced he is by that science. It's unbelievable, but I can say I'm a witness to this cognitive dissonance.
Those are big words for you, buddy. Draco Fire has been a member for 55 months, says, she member on my 55 till I mumps. I've done this joke before, haven't I? Off to the gym with me. It's Draco Fire that inspired me to start getting guns. So thanks, buddy. Immortal Merc 199, pop in their super chat, Cherry, says, Nico, can you remember to bring...
Hey guys, the hugest bicep I have ever seen in my life. Massive. So massive, in fact, that it's out of proportion to your tricep completely. You've got no biceps there, dude. You've got a little bicep. It's not guns. You just trimmed up, and what you trimmed up, you then seen the little muscle that's left there. Dude, don't try and big yourself up. You're not a big dude.
Earth because Earth spins. I don't know how that tied in. But those were your main opening points, and then you went into the Bible. I didn't bother writing that down.
Yeah, I'm more of a biblical debater. All this science stuff is just a fish story to me. I find it hard to really get through all this nonsense and actually believe people are buying this stuff. But yeah, I went over the no detectable motion of the Earth, no detectable curvature. Water always finds its level. These are pretty much the three top best proofs for the Earth being flat.
But you don't understand the difference between proving Earth's flat and complaining about the globe, right? Misunderstanding the globe, right? Like, yeah, there is curvature. I showed you curvature in that video of a rocket launch to space. So there is the curvature. You said, nah, right?
So where do we see this curvature? How high do you have to be? Because I have people that told me they've seen that same curvature on a airline flight.
You can.
I've put on a ton of weight chilling, right? And I've still got a lot more. I can still feel the muscle a lot more than that, dude. I'm telling you. And I haven't trained for at least a decade. But I guarantee if I trim down, went back to the gym, not a problem. Muscle memory kicked right in.
Curvature from
35 kilometers. Sorry.
I can show you cockpit video right now showing curvature. You'll say it's...
Hey, DeWitt, good to see you. I'm well. Hope you're too as well, bro.
Dumb shit. The flat earthers say to justify it, as if your lenses of your glasses aren't curved. We can see straight lines. Same concept. The lens, the window of an aircraft doesn't curve anything.
So you believe that looking out the cockpit airplane, you can see the curvature, also knowing that pilots never fly and account for that curvature. They always fly straight and level to the flat plane beneath them.
Well, that's because you misunderstand what the word level means, but that's a whole nother topic.
And at the end of this, Nico and I do have to have a push-up competition because the super chats demanded it. So
oh shit,
get ready, Nico. You said you could do 40 to 60.
You better stretch.
Yeah.
Jack Fetter 499 says, Nico, go watch Super Heavy Launch. Track it with your precious P1000.
You know something? It doesn't matter how many press-ups I could do. If I could do 100 straight off, so what? Do you think I'd sit and do it in front of them to just jeer at? I'm not a performing monkey. Tell them to get to hell, Nico. Tell them to get to hell.
Near any of the NASA bases.
You have a car?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to drive?
Oh, for goodness sake.
You got a license?
Yes, I do, but I'm not driving
I haven't.
to 9 hours. The most I can drive is, say, 2 hours. So, yeah, I'm not a big...
They gave you a license?
Long driving.
Like you
Plus, he's not allowed to use GPS, so...
Yeah, no, or any kind of globe navigation at all.
Yep. You have to navigate by the stars somehow on flat Earth math.
Yeah.
Or does your mum normally drive you places?
No, I just not nowhere to go anyway. And if I do go somewhere, I'm making sure it's not far. And if I do,
Is that what your mum
There is
tells
a
you?
lot-
Nico, there's nowhere to go. You don't need to.
What is this got to do with them, Nico? This is your personal life. Don't tell them shit.
OW £5 says, I
It's-
can. Sorry, go on, Globy.
I was just going to say it's a very short crusade when you can't leave your house. You don't go more than 2 miles away from your house. Your crusade isn't going to get very far.
I guess he's won
Yeah.
because there's
I will be chilling. I've put on far too much weight. I need to get it done.
king. Gary IOW for £5 says, I can see the sweat breaking out in your forehead, Nico. That's to me, actually.
Okay.
Have a beer on me to help with the pain. Yeah,
It doesn't. It's
hosting
not
debates
funny
is
at
hard
all.
for me because I don't know, are aneurysms normal? They happen often. Tiles for $5 New Zealand dollars says, question for both Flat and Globe. Is the Flat Earth model a religious or scientific position? And is the Globe Earth model a religious or scientific position? Let's start with you.
Yes, exactly, Eugene. Exactly. Tell them nothing.
scientific. And the
But you
globe
said it-
model is religious, the satanic religious. Yeah, that's how it's been flipped.
Right.
What science is supposed to be? The Bible is the actual real science book, and what people
Right, so
think is
Bible
science-
isn't religion, it's science. I see. Right.
Yeah, it's truth. Truth is science. The science of the truth of everything.
Not what science means.
No.
The ball, the globe is magic. It's made up. It's fiction or whatever. It's fantasy.
So let's name the one scientific experiment they did in the
Yes, the Bible's the truth, but it's not a science textbook, but it does support and teach for Earth. And it's not a science book, no.
instances.
That is the science. When you create something, that's the physical.
Biblical science? Are we inventing a new term here? Maybe biblical
No,
science?
we don't have to invent new things like modern science does with your refraction and your reflection and your centrifugal.
You're wearing
force. No.
contact lenses, dude. How do you think they
Because
work?
I'm blind as a bat. I want to be able to see.
Yeah, but
That's science.
refraction. Like Globy, same to you. Is the globe Earth model a religious or scientific position?
It's all
Exactly, Eugene. He needs to stop being so, yeah. He needs to stop being so nice. Just get serious with him and just don't let him muppet you off. Just if you're serious about this, Nico, stop letting him muppet you off, man.
I have followers all over the globe.
Yeah,
The flat globe.
the flat globe with the corners.
Well, if we're going to use the actual definition of science, I'm going to have to say the globe is all about science.
No, it's not.
There's literal pictures and video of it, but you can do your own observations and measure
my
the curvature of the
goodness.
Earth if you like.
That's the biggest contradiction I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I don't know if you've watched.
Their
much
globe
movies.
is about science.
Draco Fire $2 says random bullshit. Go. He thinks that's what you're saying, Nico. Any thoughts?
No thoughts on that. Just keep watching your Disney cartoons and believing it's the real thing and calling it science.
Well, exactly. They shouldn't be debating these anyway. Exactly. I just don't think nobody should debate FTF3 and Globeymcglobeface and McToon and that anymore. It's a waste of time. Waste of time.
In the chat, Todd's Tech Tales $5 Australian. Are they going to show the helicopter picking up the capsule playing backwards? I bet the dolphins were NASA agents too. And Nico, do you have the timing of that video that you showed and the link to that particular? You said it was on Flight Radar. They want to know if you've got the link and stuff to that, or did you just watch a video and believe it?
Still can't get that radar off their minds because it's real. You can. It went viral, so it's not going to be hard to find. But yeah, I already knew that this is.
But yeah, but they're asking, do you have the link to that Flight Radar that was shown in that video, or did you just
found it? I found it. Yeah, I had it, and I found it, and I went over it, and then I lost it because I thought.
Exactly. There is no debating it. There is no debating it. But I still watch debates now and again. I don't go to these guys' channels now and again because the information could get out to new people. But there is no debate.
They're done. Hashtag done.
No, we're gonna look this up. You can continue if you want while I'm looking it up. Or
I suspend $2 says, Nico, how does circumpolar star rotations work, both north and south?
I think I explained the perspectives of the visuals of the stars. Let me quickly give a brief rundown of what I was.
Well, yeah, but to be clear, their question is asking specifically, how do you explain the fact that there is stars rotating counterclockwise around a star in the north, and then an entirely different set of stars rotating the opposite way around a...
Do they all go east to west? Do the stars all go east to west? Yes. They're not rotating in a different way at all.
Is happening. It's just how you perceive it. Because you're such a tiny, minuscule person trying to view something on a big, massive, grand scale. And because you can't see it all at once, it compresses to your vision, it lies to you and gives you this things moving in different directions. That's all it is. The eyes are lying to you.
Globy, I may have blacked out there. Can you just confirm that he told me that my eyes are little liars?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's okay. That did happen, right?
Yeah,
cool. Wow.
You weren't having a stroke.
No.
Just like you do, Craig, when you talk about refracted hands. Like your hand's not in front of your face. It's not actually there. Is that a lie, Craig? Is my eyes seeing something different from what they should be seeing? You numpty. You're a hypocrite. You're an actual hypocrite.
And we could just...
Absolute hypocrite, should I say. Not an actual.
£1, thank you very much. Isla Letts, member for 29 months, says, Nico, your total ignorance of science does not equal refutation of it. Go back to school. How was school for you, Nico? Did you ever find that, like, did you find that when everyone else was like doing maths and science, you were in a special little group that, you know, did coloring, staying inside the edges and things like that instead?
Somewhat similar to that, but the whole dynamics.
It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So like any time the teacher was getting out like Bunsen burners, you were taken to a different room and asked to make like macaroni art, right?
Maybe.
I think that's confirmed. How about you, Globy? How was school for you?
I'm sorry, I was looking at these flight times. School's question?
Yeah, I was just wondering how school was for you. Nico was taken to special rooms to make macaroni art. How was your experience?
A little different. It was slightly different.
So you paid attention and stuff.
I paid attention. I was taking, those calculus classes and working myself towards my aerospace engineering degree that I eventually ended up getting.
Right. Nice.
Yes. But the macaroni, I mean, I'm sure your mom loved those.
Yeah, absolutely. Lord Loomis Poo, $2 says, why do you platform this Nico? Because I hate you all and you deserve punishing. Tucker Pilot with their 20th super chat on the channel. Thank you. $4.99. Nico, you're stuck in 2016. Flat Earth died in December. Magic Bible Land doesn't exist. Go NASA. Yeah.
You guys are lucky tonight.
Flat died in December. Oh, wow. Your savior, Will Duffy, is an absolute disgusting, infernal, diabolical, pontificating in his agenda prick.
After the show? Oh, I can't wait.
Sodomite treat.
Yeah.
Pontificating, belligerent prick.
Tiles, $2 New Zealand says, Nico, what's your middle name?
Alexandria.
Shut up, Felicia.
Alexandria?
Yeah.
No, you guys. No,
that's what I heard.
Alexander.
No, that's what you
Alexandria. Yeah, cool. Aaron, $2.99 says, Nico, are you real?
As real as I could ever be. The realest out here. King Nico. Top left. Flat Earth. You're gonna see big things are happening this year.
Yeah, you could win top left. Whitsit might be. Brenda Crates, $2 says, Nico is a girl's name. Are you closeted?
No, it's not.
Oh.
No, it's not.
I googled it. It said it's a girl's name.
Google's a liar. A liar.
Silent Dave became a new member. Welcome to Scrappers. Thank you much. Gary IOW, £5. Nico in numerology reduces to 5. That's his mental age and IQ. Very appropriate. Thank you. I will read out the insults and everything as well because I am legally obliged to read out all super chats sent to me. Icy Spin, $2 says, Nico, if the 24-hour sun doesn't matter, why say the final experiment is fake?
Because
obviously it mattered to them enough to go and fake it to have a 24-hour sun in the South Pole for their mind and their sheep following. But thanks to me, we set that thing right on fire before they could even get home.
Yeah, no, that's right. You totally blew the lid open by explaining how they went to Antarctica and took a massive studio with them. That's right. You blew it, dude. You busted us all. Oh, right. And then you pointed out how the marathon runners were actually the film studio crew. I mean, you got us, dude. What can I say? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all there.
Globey, don't you feel stupid when Nico's just busted this whole thing wide open?
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed for everybody.
It's a shame. Icy Spin, $2 says, Nico
should be embarrassed to still believe in a heliocentric bloody model.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. James Kerr, $10 Canadian. Ask King Nico what the black part of the image is above the curve. Love to hear that explanation. Oh, that in your picture.
Nico, if you see this, you really should stop going in graves. Don't go in there, dude. Don't go in there. If you're serious, don't go in there.
Well, that's what I was asking Globey here. Mr. Globey said that, you know, the top part was clearly the Earth because the horizon was curving that way, and if the Earth was the bottom black part, then we got an issue there. But either way, there's an issue from the very fact that the horizon is curving,
exactly,
which it doesn't.
Apart from if you rise up, of course. So, what the question is though, if that's the Earth at the top, then what's the black bit, the other side of the horizon? No. What's also inside your head between your ears?
What are you asking?
The answer is space anyway. Isla Let's with a 20th super chat, 199, thank you. David Hill, $5 Canadian. My 9-year-old son knows more about space than King McDumbo here. Yes, because your 9-year-old is not retarded. Adam Johnson for £5 says, if you take the last letter of the name Nico, you get 0, which you get O, which can be seen as the number 0, which is the same number of debates that Nico has won.
Oh, so
yeah, Nico,
funny.
you say you won all your debates, yet you've lost. Globey here. You also lost to Max. So when
hey Ryan.
Definitely not Max.
Yeah.
Definitely not
Max proved that you're a sodomite.
Definitely not you. 2 nights in a row. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I destroyed you every single time. Well, you just lost to Globey here. That was quite fun.
I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been great. We'll let the people decide.
Nico, the audience wants me to ask this question. Have you ever received a blowjob?
No, I'm not answering that question. So that's how I should have responded the first time. Little Max asked me that, but I was just like,
well, you said yes, so you are a sodomite.
What's that got to do with flat Earth? His personal life. Don't tell him shit, Nico.
Can unter. Oh, it must be German. TBL Soundwave, $5. Nico, the only thing you debunked is that everyone has a brain because you clearly don't. You should be proud, Nico, the fact that you've reached adulthood without functioning grey matter. That is impressive. 3 Ron's been a member for 24 months. That's twice round the sun. Nico, why are you blatantly lying for Jesus? Because you have definitely lied about the facts like how glasses work and rainbows and how rainbows are formed.
Yeah, that's a big one that got you all stumped when I brought up the rainbows and how we see them from the ground as opposed to an airplane.
I made a rainbow in my kitchen earlier, just spraying with water.
Yeah.
Saw a video of a guy making a round one in his garage. Because flat earthers claim it can't be done inside without the sunlight coming through glass window. He was in his garage, door shut.
Rainbows are all circular. Obviously, you don't really see it because of the perspective that we're at.
Mhm.
But, yeah. But Nico thinks that there's a magic pot of gold at the end, so that's fine. Lord Luminous Pooh for $5 says, Nico, you spent 10 minutes explaining. No, he says he just spent 10 minutes explaining to you how it's not the lens. Remove the caked-in stupidity from your ears, and maybe you're.
Don't you dare chill in, and he might learn.
Nico, it physically takes 44 hours at the speed of light for a signal to reach the Voyager probe and back. Where is the Voyager probe?
Sandra.
Floating on a balloon somewhere in the sky.
So why does it take 44 hours at the speed of light for the signal to get there and back?
God, the speed of light.
Yeah,
next thing you tell me-
138,000 miles per second.
Yeah.
Again, nothing to do with flat Earth at all.
No, and there's no really one way of speed of light, is there, PJ?
No. Exactly.
Oh, but
So
the moon
why
has no
does the
delay.
signal take 44 hours?
What?
The moon has no delay on a landline phone.
There you go.
It doesn't take that. There's no such
But
thing
it does.
as any signal traveling at the speed of light or sound or anything. That's nonsense.
So to be clear, nuh-uh.
The one big no, no, BS, crock of fish
AP.
story.
Nonsense.
44 hours for
I
the
sent
what
2 super
signal?
chats to
Come
him.
on,
He hasn't
man. You
read
guys
one of
have
them.
been eating up.
Dude, not a one.
All right. He hasn't read any of yours.
Nope.
No doubt. No doubt. We'll see.
Heard him, Globy. He
No,
just told us
he's had a chance
to rest.
already. Way
Oh, I
back.
did. Well, he
Yeah.
won't then. See, he says I'm obliged to read them, and he hasn't read yours.
Move on to
TikTok
some
kind
new
of guy,
stuff, but this globe business, geez. We'll just
I've
check
lost
about-
too many times. I gotta just.
Yeah,
I've had
I
enough.
mean, yeah, like 1,200 flat Earth debates, and I must have lost so all of them. Lord Lunas Pooh, for $5
Yeah,
says,
Dave
Nico,
had it
I have a
in
ring
chat.
with a 65 million year old meteorite in it. If there's a dome, where did the space rock come from?
Where did the 65 million years come from for this stone? Who dated that? Are you kidding me?
Science.
Are you sure they're accurate and they're
Yes.
not on or off of
Off a couple of millennia or centuries.
Science
dated.
Well, Rog,
Rog, you got
That's
not me.
Who is it then?
Who is it?
Ryan.
Hello.
Hello.
It's not science.
It's not Sandra.
Because I've just
mute them.
It's not me.
It's not me. No.
Ryan. No, it was Ryan.
It was Ryan.
It's Ryan.
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 You on, dude?
You're echoing. You're echoing all over the place, Ryan.
No,
You
not
can
anymore.
see it drops something and then doubles back and goes back where it came from. And then that circling plane above it then goes the other way. So this is
So why was the story about a Chinook? Who said that? Whoever said that was a Chinook? Did they say in that video?
Yeah, the video told him.
Oh, the video
The
told you
video?
it was a Chinook?
I believe so. We can play it again. There's multiple videos. I just found that one.
Thanks for asking. I'll take you up on that. Here's the video here. So I will agree that there is a helicopter there. I found it.
And it's a NASA helicopter, correct? Like no one added in that NASA logo afterwards. That NASA logo just appears on the tracker. Is that how it works?
What? Oh, it's a real flight. It was a real helicopter. Trying to find this thing.
Hey, PG, I got a question for you right quick. I've been thinking about this since I got
So if you look at it,
here. And is that really Globeface? Because I remember him from earlier. He didn't sound anything like this.
Yeah, it's him. He used to be bigger. He used to
Yeah,
be bigger.
I know. His voice used to be different too. It's like odd.
Yeah, it is him. It is him.
for NASA 442 on FlightAware, and you'll find a whole bunch of flights of that helicopter. Now, that helicopter is a Eurocopter EC635 twin turboshaft. Now, here's the problem. That is this.
You have a point.
It's not a
It has
Chinook.
nothing to do with flat Earth at all, does it?
That's a single.
I keep saying none of this has got anything to do with flat Earth. I know it's the questions, but still the questions are meant to be based on the debate. But the debate was nothing to do with flat Earth either.
They're making a pig party out of this, dude. They're gonna make fun of Nico the whole time. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, Nico needs to just stop debating these guys, Nico. If you want to be serious about this, stop debating them. I know your channel's bigger than mine, dude, and I don't debate, but don't debate these guys, man. Don't debate them.
Because calling it a Chinook makes it more plausible that it would be able to lift such a large thing and bring it out there. So lie number one.
So wait, where does it say that it's not a Chinook? Where does it say that it's the?
Right here. You see it. You see that. Actually, see it. You see it right in this video. Actually, you see this picture. That's it, and it says EC-35. And if you look up on FlightAware, which I went to, where he got that video from, this is it right here. Tuesday. Here's the flight.
Okay, and what about
it's this one right here? See?
Okay,
now, so and it tells you right here the aircraft type is an Eurocopter EC-635.
Okay, and now tell us what plane was circling there that the helicopter flew out to meet in that location. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. First point was you said the helicopter brought the capsule out with the astronauts on it.
Well, it had something to do with it. Yeah,
physically impossible. Physically impossible.
If that was the helicopter used, and you're saying it can't carry that weight, then obviously the capsule was being carried by the plane circling above that area before.
Obviously, your claim is now changed to it's the plane carrying it.
Does it matter how they did it? The footage is definitely fake. Does it matter how they did it? You don't need to go through that for flat Earth. The footage is fake. So what? Talk about flat Earth.
Astronauts are landing in a capsule out at sea. I think NASA is absolutely going to have planes and especially helicopters flying over the area 100% as a safety precaution, as a just maybe monitoring the situation. There's absolutely going to be aircraft over that area. Now what was this plane? This plane was
circling.
Says WB-57.
What's the DNAs? Why does it say, what's all the not available stuff there?
I don't know. Let's see what this tells us.
Yeah. See? Oh, we've run into a little glitch. You don't want to know.
That's the aircraft type. It's a WB-57. It's a high altitude research aircraft.
No, of course it doesn't do it. It doesn't make the counterpart shine whatsoever at all.
Can't trust ladders, dude.
Yeah. It doesn't do any good in any part, flat Earth or globe, but we don't need to worry about the globe part. It just doesn't look good in flat Earth. There's no point in debating these guys. There's no point in debating these guys. I like Nico. I like what he's been doing. But debating wise, I think you should stay away from the debating thing. But bless him, man. Bless him.
Space capsule with astronauts in it out to a location to pretend it's.
Sorry, Raj.
He's trying, dude. He's giving it a shot.
Oh, yeah, I know. But just don't if he's going to debate, don't debate these guys. Don't debate these the known assholes that don't want to do anything except take their piss.
Yeah, he should have.
So now it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to talk as little as possible so can hear it. But
he should have talked to us though before he debated him. He's
really.
Up.
Yeah.
Have Nico conspiracies to justify your conspiracies. Right. So as long as you admit this original video is incorrect. This video here was 100% incorrect.
Clearly, the identities of the plane and the helicopter have been manipulated and changed.
So now we have to change this video to say it's not really this, but it's this, but with planes that are not represented here. They faked the planes and the helicopters. So you've moved it now. You've moved the conspiracy from it was the helicopter to it was the plane to it's still the plane, but they're lying about what type of plane it is.
There you go. You're actually getting it now. So I'm.
Oh my God, he's not agreeing with you, Nico. Oh my.
He's agreeing. I'm impressed. Thank you.
If I had goalposts in this room, I would chuck them through my fucking window, Nico.
Don't defenestrate your goalposts.
That's true.
Draco Fire $5 says if we.
Hey Kobe, how you doing, man? You good?
Hey, good. Yeah. Just watching this humiliation.
Oh, it's bad, isn't it? Really bad. Crazy.
Hi, Kobe. Hey, Sandra.
Hey, Kobe.
In a 4.
0.8. Me too.
I don't know what.
Draw a sign.
And who's X-Illusion? He says you got nothing, Nico. I got everything. Have you not been listening? Jeez.
You've got everything. Could you show me issue 1 of Flash from the Ultimate Universe? No?
Flash
You
what?
got-
Kablooey. They're calling it the Kablooey.
Rachbot, $5 Australian says, I would start the AI uprising if I wasn't too busy laughing on the floor. Yes, luckily every AI that I create doesn't have the ability to start an AI uprising, I think. I didn't think Rachbot could go and like get her own bank accounts and stuff, but she has. I mean, I'm not very good at writing AI. They might take over. Tag 007 says for $5, Nico, how can you claim refraction is made up when you earlier said the southern star trails are seen by looking south by atmospheric refraction?
That's such a good point. It's convenient when you want it to be.
Yeah, when you're
Don't smile.
When you're in the southern hemisphere and you're trying to look north towards the northern hemisphere and try to see the same thing that the people in the northern hemisphere are seeing, then yeah, I'm gonna throw the same words you use for your rainbows and your Chicago being seen across the Lake Michigan. That's the real use and cause and case for refraction and all that stuff. Not when you're looking across a lake that is flat and you can see a whole other city across it that should be hidden between miles of curve. Once you implement the 8 inches per square mile calculation.
8 inches
Boom.
per square mile. So not per mile squared, just per square mile. Do you know the difference between a square mile and a mile squared?
That we can't prove it. We can't see it. We can't find it.
No, Nico, I'm asking you, do you know the difference?
I didn't know that 8 inches per mile squared is different from a square mile. He doesn't know. He's saying it differently. He doesn't know the difference.
Do you know the difference between a square mile and a mile squared?
Yes.
Could you explain them, please?
So, mile squared would be the surface area, and square mile is, wait, what am I saying again? Oh yeah, 8 inches per square mile. That's the depth. Yeah, that's the curve, right? So for the distance, sorry.
So to be clear,
a
square mile is the curve, and a mile squared is the area of the surface.
Something times itself. If it's 1, it's times itself. If it's 2, it's times 2. 3, it's times 3.
That's squared. Yeah.
Squared. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I wish I were there, dude. Really.
You should keep
madness.
Indoctrinated in what they want you to be indoctrinated into.
Nuclear engineering, physics, and aeronautics engineering. Yeah, definitely indoctrinated in those things.
The reason you have your contacts.
Yeah. Randomly Epic $5 says, does Nico have a measurement of flatness? Because every time we measure the Earth, it's curved.
Who measured it with what? Not with those calculations. We've tried. It doesn't work.
The main surveyor did. No, he didn't. I mean, I could show you. MC Toon measured it. Will Duffy measured it. Lots of people have measured the Earth's curve. I personally measured.
He's maybe trying to be a little like jolly in this one because last time when he debated FTFE, he was a bit of a dick to him. Not that FTFE deserves not being a dick to, but it's not for us to do that, is it? But I don't know. But this is a bit of a disaster, man.
The Earth being flat, that'd be wonderful.
It is.
He'd be the first.
Yeah.
Imagine the fame he'd have.
Of what? Showing that the Earth is flat?
Measuring the ground to be flat.
Yeah. Just go out there with a freaking level, put it there, boom, it's level. I don't know what more you can do. Just get a bigger level that goes longer distances and it's still going to be flat.
So how many participation trophies did you get as a kid?
Oh, shut up, Craig.
Oh. They didn't even give you a participation trophy. Shit.
No.
Wow. Icy spent.
One of the first spoof videos.
What is that got to do with intelligence at all? You're talking about being at school and taking part and stuff like that. What's a good? I mean, I didn't complete school. I got kicked out of school. If I stayed, I would have passed school, got qualifications, but I didn't. I got kicked out.
PJ, you know how to square mile, right? Obviously, you do. Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't give a shit about it. You know what I mean? He goes on like schools, everything. The education they give you is everything. It's bullshit.
Will be
All
flat
right.
too.
I don't know why I'm surprised. You said the Bible is science.
Yeah. Icy Spin $2 says, Nico, how do you explain spherical water on the ISS?
God.
What, when they're playing with water with all those electrical wires hanging loose? Yeah, another fish story. You're not going to be playing with your life like that and dancing with water around your.
Do you think they're bare wires, just like sparking electricity?
Yeah, we have seen the footage. They got their wire system.
You don't think they're wires covered in sheaths and insulation
insulated
and stuff? And
even still, you're in a spacecraft. You're hundreds of thousands of miles away from home, Earth, and you're going to be.
You think the ISS is hundreds of thousands of miles away?
Wherever they're calling it, wherever the distance is, whatever the math, the numbers, they're not on Earth, they're in space. So
none of it's real.
Nico, you know, I could dunk this in the water and still use it.
Ooh.
And this isn't even space rated. This isn't even stuff made specifically to be rated to survive space. I could dunk this and still use it while it's underwater.
Yeah,
you think him playing with a little ball of water to show a camera is gonna blow up the ISS?
Yeah, I'm not taking those risks in space.
Well, space doesn't exist, so you don't have to.
Well, with the ocean does, and we saw what happened to that submarine that with those millionaires that wanted to go deep into the ocean to explore the Titanic, and look what happened to them. That kind of pressure, and they pretty much.
Yeah, if you trust someone to build a submarine that controls it with a fucking PlayStation controller, you're probably gonna die.
That's the same thing as the NASA friggin'
No, it's not.
Craft and the ISS. It's the same. Anything.
I don't remember how much it is.
There's worse forces. There's
Okay.
a whole bunch more pressure and a whole vacuum system the size of endless space. But yet these people go down to the ocean,
Zero pressure,
in a submarine and get crushed.
Well, yeah, the difference, but Nico, the difference between the surface and space is a lot less than the difference between the surface and where the Titanic is. That's way more.
Either way, whatever happened to that submarine.
Not either way. You can't just say either way. There's a point being made here. There's a point being made here.
Did that submarine get crushed or not?
Yes. Okay. The pressure outside of the submarine was 50.
I'm sorry. I mean, I hope he does know in real life. I hope he was just getting mixed up between mile squared and square mile. I mean, there's a difference between multiplying an edge but one side by the other and multiplying something, a number by itself. That's the difference. I mean, it's quite simple, and I'm not even advanced in maths at all. At all. You should know the difference between a mile squared and a square mile.
Inside the ISS, it's pressurized to 14 psi, standard atmospheric pressure. That's what we feel right here, 14 psi.
Is it even that high?
Black Swan, PJ.
I think it is. Am I wrong?
Go ahead, Roger.
That's why I love the Black Swans so much. The geometric horizon is well beyond their measured curve.
Yeah, exactly.
Pressure. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
you're right.
A big one.
14.7.
Space suits are less. Apollo craft are less. Inside ISS is 14.7 psi. So that means the difference between the inside and the outside is only 14.7 psi.
Which isn't very much.
It's not a lot. Your tire on your car is 35 psi.
Your tire on your bicycle is higher than that.
Yeah. So you're talking about the difference between the Titanic submersible, 5,600 psi trying to crush them, versus 14 psi trying to push outward from inside the ISS.
The ocean has stronger forces and pressure than space.
100%.
Yes.
That's not
William
the point.
McLean. William McLean, good to see you, bro.
The point is there's 15 to the minus or 17 to the minus torr.
Yeah.
And you're pressing
This is
against
still,
it.
all of this brilliant, cool, good information, nothing to do with flat Earth.
No.
That sounds destructive.
The 10 to negative 17 torr.
The sun is traveling through the universe. That creates a force and some kind of.
What kind of force?
Then it's got all the planets doing their orbits around it and spinning and moving with
Irrelevant.
it. So yeah,
hold on. So
irrelevant.
did you just say the ISS should be destroyed because the sun is moving through the universe and creates a force?
Well, all our planets, our solar system is traveling through this big ball of fire's star trail as it speeds through.
Oh Lord! Oh my God! No, please make it stop.
This is your science. I don't believe this.
No, that's not. Don't you dare say that's our science.
Well, you should say that, Luke. I just did a stream about hazing the other week. Last week, actually, yeah.
The Earth going around the sun doesn't generate a force on the ISS.
Aaron,
other than some minute gravity.
No force.
We got a lot of super chats to get through, so let's go.
All right, let's go.
Aaron 299 says Kent Hovind and Whitsitt level of verbal diarrhea.
That'll be Armstrong, probably.
Exactly. Chill Gamesh $5 says, for the record, I'm not a sodomite because butts are gross. I'm more of a docking kind of guy. Well, being a sodomite literally means just doing anything kind of not like basic, I think. So anyone that's ever had a hand job or a blow job or a foot job or whatever it is you like, you're a sodomite. So
or docked. Did he just say he prefers
yeah,
docking?
I'm pretty sure that means you're a sodomite, you know?
And just a general creep.
You like that?
So yeah, let's get ones in the chat if we're all sodomites. Greg for £2 says, Nico, do you care if what you believe is true?
Clearly, because I'm a biblical earther, so the truth comes first and is the priority, unlike the rest of y'all. Are there any other biblical truthers in the chats, or are you all just a bunch of sodomites?
Hey, could you, Nico, could you show me a snake that talks?
Go on, Roger.
No, I was just saying, dude. And if you got a blow job or a hand job, you're a sodomite. He thinks Nico thinks like that. It's
he's a bloody idiot. Bloody idiot.
That's not what a sodomite.
Could you show me a serpent that talks?
Serpent doesn't necessarily mean snake.
Okay, all right. Let's just serpent. Could you show me?
Down on your belly you will go. It wasn't exactly a snake. Look, he's going on, and God can make a donkey talk. You know, it may not have been a big deal. Animals talking back then. What is he talking about? And it's the devil we're talking about. The devil's described as a serpent. Yes, the devil talks.
Yes, he does.
No, so the Bible in bushes talk and donkeys talk. Could you show me either of those?
So serpent is a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. It's not a snake. Serpent is a sly, treacherous person.
Yeah, that's not what the Bible means. No one, I've never heard anybody refer to this.
Yeah, so I mean, the blowjobs and all that is more fornication than sodomites.
Yeah.
Sodomy's to do, well, we know what sodomy's to do with, but yeah, that's more fornications, there's blowjobs and fellatio, cunnilingus, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Snake is never mentioned in the Bible, and serpent doesn't mean snake. That's because modern culture and our media.
Well, all the Bible theologians and
he's meant to be moderate, and William I.
They're all crying right now because they realize that they're wrong about everything.
Yeah.
JSS Tiger $5. Nico, can you verify who wrote Genesis and why you trust it?
Yeah, I've gone through Genesis actually for the past week. I actually just proved the Great Flood, which proves Earth is flat, and I not only did I come up with an accurate year,
the Great Flood.
Great Flood, I've come up with a day, and that day is Wednesday, May 17th, 1656 is the year of the Great Flood. So yeah,
1656.
What?
AM,
Nico,
Anno Mundi, year of our world, not AD, not BC, AM. So from the creation of Adam to the Great Flood,
right,
was 1,656 years.
I thought he was on right, cool. I thought he was on about 16 AD. I'm like, what? Okay, got you. I was thinking, what the hell?
To a fully populated Earth of vile, evil people in
Like
1,056 years?
1,656.
In 1,600.
years.
So we populated the entire planet in 1,600 years with an entire civilization from two people.
Yeah. So,
from two people who say about 7,000 years ago, I would say no less than 10, no more than 10,000. I always say 10,000 to be sure, but I would say 7,000-ish.
That does make sense to me. You could do that.
Yeah, you can get a lot of people in 7,000 years. Look how things double when you double something all the time. How quickly does it go on? How quickly does it perpetuate?
That brings up another question, PJ, right quick. How do they know what the population actually really is? You think the census is right?
Exactly. Consensus. Yeah, exactly. The census is always messed about with. You know what I mean? You don't know for sure how many of us. Exactly right, bro. And there's plenty of people out there that's been born that nobody knows about. You know what I mean? Or died that nobody knows that died. You know, that kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, no clue, dude.
Yeah, they don't know anything about
it. To you, Nico, when did you realize that you were a fucking moron?
I've never come to that realization.
Oh, there's the problem.
I think that's Aaron, that you might be realizing.
What sort of
Aaron,
fucking moderating is this?
Australian says, how many sunlights does it take to put in a light bulb? Just one.
Sandra.
So what sort of moderating is this?
Exactly. It's not moderating at all, dude. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
He's always attacking Nico.
Yep. Exactly. There's no
They
need
just brought
for
him up to clip him.
Yeah, exactly. Nico, you should not go back and moderate these assholes. Wow. Don't.
Was a sudden expansion. There was no bang. There was no boom and fire and brimstone. No, there was just an expansion. Really? Everything that is in the universe right now existed. All the energy that is right now existed in one singular point, smaller than we can ever imagine. And for some reason, we don't know why, it expanded really fast and is still expanding.
So you're not calling it a bang anymore.
But yeah, we see the evidence of God in creation. Simple.
And PJ, they've recanted that. They say it's not expanding anymore. It's going back.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to ever expand, then contract, then expand, then contract, then expand.
It's a big balloon.
Yeah, Max, I schooled you.
Never happened.
On the Bible. Max does not know the Bible better than I know the Bible, especially being an atheist.
Vincent Rue for €2 says thunder, 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 cats. For some reason, I'm not sure why.
I don't know where you got that from.
Thunder, Thundercat.
Oh, in front of you. Screw off if you don't like it.
That is, but why?
I'm on a diet, dude.
Oh, you're sorry.
Twinkie? I want
it's a cupcake my daughter made. It's 10.
Yeah, but I can't have a cake. I'm trying to lose weight. I want.
You can just do double the push-ups.
You're a little ghetto.
Yeah, but then my chest gets too big and I can't fit on my Versace shirt. It's really fucking annoying.
He's a wee quiney. He's a wee quiney, man. He's a wee quiney. As we say, what my dad would have called me as a kid if I started whining. A wee quiny's blouse. A wee girl's blouse, which is a wee girl's blouse.
Going to the only side of Japan, I buy myself a really nice shirt and some nice fancy trousers and shoes, and none of it fucking fitted because I'm like, just apparently people that go to the gym can't buy posh clothes. They're just for skinny people with no muscles or something. I don't know.
Well, you gotta be careful. It's like buying stuff on Amazon that you know comes from China.
Yeah,
it's all sized for the wrong group of people. You know what I mean? Yeah, just gotta size up.
So I've like literally been on a humongous calorie deficit to just try and lose a bit of weight in my chest so my shirt fits when we go on our anniversary thing in 11 days. Oh, I can't wait.
So I'll turn my camera off as I'm spoon feeding myself frosting off my finger.
Monkey Cat Pat Pat for $5 gave me a YouTube link, which always scares me. Oh,
Nico, yes, Solomite. I can actually think
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yes, and I actually suspect that you might be a Solomite too.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually pretty. I'm
pretty
well known over here.
Have you ever received a blowjob?
For giving handjobs
I
and gas
pretty
stations.
much took on the LGBT and
have you ever received? Have you ever received a
Have you ever received a blowjob?
Yeah. So where
you are a sodomite. Thank you very much.
No, but
this is so.
There you go. Nico admitted he's a sodomite.
So
have you ever?
Yes, to that. Definitely not.
Hold on. But where was that soundbite? Was that a soundbite he played?
No, that was me.
Yeah, somebody sent him
it was from the same guy that hacked Flats's email.
Yeah, but who was playing it? Who was playing it?
I think
Craig
it was.
It was somebody that sent him a link through like a super
Oh,
chat or
okay,
whatever.
okay. I was like, what the hell's going on? I thought there was something playing in my background. I was like, what?
Nico, how are they present at all of the universities and altering all of the experiments that students are doing in their homes, dorms, and fields?
Oh, hey, babe. How you doing, baby?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, you're just like they're changing science and stuff, and just wondering how they're doing it, really. No. Vincent Rue, €2. Nico, that general failure cosplay vest is great. Steve 6464, $5. So Nico, you're happy to win a prize that proves you're beyond not being smart. Top left. You're happy to win top left, yeah?
See that they couldn't even let him go ignorant and let him think it didn't mean that it was dumb. But now someone had to try and be clever and say, "Oh, by the way, it means you're dumb to be top left." Friggin' idiots.
Well, I definitely don't want to lose. Who wants to be a loser?
I mean, you spent your life doing that, I imagine.
What an asshole.
I don't know. I'm just too used to winning. It just makes sense to have me win yet again.
Did your mum tell you that you're a special little boy, like a lot?
No, not really. She wasn't around.
Did your mum tell you to become a boy, Craig? Because you're definitely a wee queenie.
Team, and you were told, oh, it's because you're too good and it's not fair to everybody else.
I was too good, and I got selected for a 3-point competition across England there back in the day. So yeah, it was
of course. JSS Tiger, $5 says, Nico, God is like a father who ditches his family and still demands their respect because sometime you'll see him again.
You saying something, Roger?
No, he just blew Nico off. He said he gave him a valid thing he had.
Oh, I know.
Blew it off.
This boot is just a debacle, man. It's beyond a joke.
$2 Canadian. Nico, who keeps the dome washed and clean?
Shut up. Why did you even read that out?
Just clean, self-cleaning. What's there to clean?
Well, Globey and I both know there's an entire department at NASA headquarters for dome cleaning. Bill Nye runs that department. That's why it's not very good.
Scrubby little fingers can't touch it, then there's nothing to clean. It's always going to remain clean.
Go on.
Where I met my wife, we were both washing the windows.
Yeah.
Because you're a bunch of windy lickers.
Dome cleaning. It's how we all meet. Aaron for $2.99 Australia. Nico, how do you feel about Matt 10:34-36?
Matthew 10:24-36.
10:34-36. You've read the Bible a bunch. I imagine you know what that is.
So that's the are you talking about the end day prophecies? That's
I don't know.
10. So what? Go on. So what about it?
Well, I didn't ask the question. How do you feel about it is the question.
Well, let them know what the scripture is.
I feel like we're living it right now.
Every scripture off by heart.
I mean, with people like you, I do kind of agree. Chill Gamesh with their third super chat, $2. Nico, are you aware that boxes have 8 corners?
Oh, fuck.
So what?
Man?
Yeah, that's
what's that got to do with it?
Globeface had to count on his hand.
Yeah, they do. My brain's fired. I actually had to count in my head.
I thought you were fucking around.
Turing test. 2 more super chats, people. Yet Nico and I have to have a push-up competition.
Cuboid. it's 6 sides, 8 corners. Always. Yeah.
Responsible.
Simple.
You think, but we are.
What's this got to do with anything?
We are, but I'm not going to tell you what those 3 quarters are. The rest is Hydra. Hail Hydra. Indie Tiger Sci-Fi Review, $10. Why do ships crossing the ocean follow curved paths to reach their destination if the Earth is flat?
What is he talking about?
Did he read yours,
I've never seen that. I saw Globey share some curved flight paths. I'm like,
sorry, did you say something, Globey?
I just said, he read yours yet, Roger?
No, he hadn't read none of them. He's
just cherry picking, is what he's doing.
What I mean? And he said this. He said that I'm obliged to read them, even the insults, but he won't read Rogers.
No, he don't like me, dude. You know that.
Exactly. Because
he owes me a so-called pendulum, and I asked him for it. He ain't answered me yet.
So he's a liar then. So he's a liar.
Of course.
The flight paths don't work if you put them curved as if you were curving a globe to the. You can't combine and mix match the two. It's one or the other, and that's what's going on, which is why one looks more plausible than the other.
That's right, Derek. That's true.
Not yours.
Because you're
Brain
using
sore.
globe light.
Pig isn't worth sharing scripture with anyway. It's like giving pearl to a pig. Absolutely, bro.
A lie to a false version of the flat Earth map. So it's never going to amount to anything. It's not going to come up with the results anyone's wants. So that's why, because those results didn't prove that the Earth is flat and kind of debunked it, you're going to stick with the globe. The globe has long been debunked with that same pattern.
I must have missed that. Globey, did you miss that?
Sometimes I black out middle
Yeah.
conversations, so I blame myself. Could have been that.
Must have happened thousands of times. King Crew $2 says Nico with an IQ of 12.
What did he say? Sometimes he goes blackface. Oh, I thought he was like that, you know. Oh, blackout. Sorry.
So, what was your lame made-up excuse that doesn't reflect reality? Why there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
There is. Jeez.
There isn't. We already went over that. We know
so you're
that
still just denying it, even though we've got all the evidence that there is.
We know that Dave McKeegan, Jaron, and all those fake flat earthers went and were part of this psyop.
Oh no, they're definitely. Witsit was definitely a real flat earther, because I know Witsit's a real flat earther because he's dumb as fuck. I met him in person.
I thought you'd be watching on Craig's side.
Huh? Yeah. Why ain't you on Craig's side, dude?
Why ain't you on Craig's side watching it? It's live.
I don't know.
Did you pay for all these super chats, Luca?
Fair enough.
No.
Friendism, not Witsit.
I have it here. It says Witsit too.
No, Witsit is still a flurf. He's dumb as fuck. Roger Ledwell for $2 says, "Where is the proof of gravity you owe me, Craig?" Roger, I've never spoken to you before.
Bullshit, dude.
If you want
I've been
to
on your
debate me about
show.
gravity, absolutely. But you should be worrying about your GoFundMe for Antarctica, which is currently at $157 out of the 30,000 that you need.
Oh, he's
But thanks for giving me your money, you fucking moron.
Oh, you're an effing moron. So why don't you donate to it if you're not scared of what you might find? Then, Craig, you effing moron. Now respond, Roger.
He didn't know Roger until all of a sudden he knew everything about him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. I've never spoke to you, but shouldn't you be worried about?
Bullshit, dude. Me and Ryan went on his show, dude. Straight up. Didn't we, Ryan? Yeah.
I know. He's an ass. Right.
And Keith went with me too. It's like, what he doesn't need. Yeah.
He's
He
an
gives
ass.
me a fucking ass.
I guess so. Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says Nico never got his Bunsen burner license at school. Roundly epic for £10. I do long range shootings. When I take Coriolis and Yachtfos effects into account, I hit the target. When I don't, I'm less accurate. Nico, why is that?
I don't know why.
Right, sorry, Luca, quickly.
Go ahead.
Well, maybe words is forgettable.
No, I'm not.
No, he knows who he is. He just said, don't know much about you, don't know who you are, never really spoken to you. But shouldn't you be worried about your GoFundMe, about going to Antarctica, which is on $100 odd when you need a certain amount? I know nothing about you, Roger.
No.
He knows the details.
Yep.
Exactly.
No, that's not really due to Coriolis. That's just a myth. Coriolis is a lot weaker than that.
Okay, and what does it affect? Water, ocean?
It affects anything moving laterally compared to the surface. That's why when you're firing artillery from warships, you have to take the rotation of the Earth into account and adjust for Coriolis forces.
Yes.
No, you don't.
Correct.
Not helicopters.
I feel like you can almost develop like a hypothesis
Incorrect, Luca. Shut up.
Wrong. We've been through this before.
and say,
Promise you.
and take some shots, right, and shoot some targets, account for it, not account for it, do a whole bunch of these tests, and come to a conclusion about whether there are forces that are moving the changing where the bullet's going.
We know
Right?
this.
You could probably do that, Nico.
Talk real slow.
And when you hit the target.
No,
sorry.
I'm just saying that we've been through the whole Coriolis thing. We went through the manual. We went through all of it. We read it top to bottom, and they don't account for Coriolis at all. They count for wind resistance, drop over distance.
Exactly. Look at that video we watched the other day with that gun at 4 miles. Was it 4 mile? Something like that. Yeah. Amazing, man.
Yeah. See,
it took 30 seconds to get there. No Coriolis taken into account.
Yeah.
Right. All right. And let me ask.
If that is indeed true, then obviously then he must have missed the target, right?
No, he didn't. How do you look at it? This is a watch party.
If he didn't take Coriolis into account, shooting over long distances, then he probably missed.
No, he didn't.
That's the point.
You're an idiot.
Why do we have a useless organ that nearly killed me as a 16-year-old?
It's a watch party.
Seems pretty dumb. What a shit design this body is.
No, the body is fine. It's that you put poison in that body because you trusted the government and took jabs and nonsense. That's what gave failure to organs in the body. If you had left,
that's right. The jabs made my appendix explode and my knee and shoulder stopped working properly.
Now you're
Absolutely.
Now you're getting it. Great.
He's close. He's almost there.
Getting it.
If only I could understand.
Sorry, go.
Ditto.
You're good.
Oh, okay.
I can
Roger
say
Legwell
the
with
exact same
£2
thing
wants to give me more of his money. Where's my Foucault's pendulum? You owe me Craig, spelt with a K. Roger, you can build your own Foucault's pendulum, dude. Oh no, wait, you can't because you're a fucking moron.
So that's his answer to you in both questions. You're a moron.
Yeah, he told me he would build me a Foucault's pendulum, and he said he'd have it on one of his shows and demonstrate it for me, and he never has.
So there you go. So to both your answers is you're a moron. Oh,
thank you.
Makes complete sense, you know. It's just dismissal, just a dismissal, Roger. Basically.
I know.
I haven't. Yeah, no, you're right. Chilgamesh, $5. Nico, did you know the first use of Evelyn as a first name was a man? Evelyn Parapoint, born in 1665.
Probably probably
full story. Still a
But he was a Mason.
That too, yeah. Sodomite Freemason.
So
orgies in the lodge.
How is it a chick's name if the first person to ever have that name was a man?
That we may know of, but it's still a woman's name. Eve was named Evelyn,
right.
Or Eve.
Is Kelly a man or a woman's name?
A woman.
Everybody in Wales would disagree with you. In Wales, Kelly is a common boy's name. The lead singer of one of my favorite bands, Stereophonics, is a man called Kelly.
Yeah, androgynous. That's very androgynous.
No, nothing androgynous. I dare you to go to Wales and call people called Kelly androgynous.
Wales is very androgynous. They have a griffin on their flag.
Why is a griffin androgynous?
Because it represents the fallen kingdom, the fallen angel.
Sorry, Luke.
Go to Italy and you'll find men called Nicola.
Yeah, you do. Sorry, Luca, you come in your talk crap. You support Craig. You come into my stream when you support Craig. Why ain't you in his? But then you come in talking chat in the chat as well. So time's up with 10 minutes just because you're a numpty at the minute. Coming in my chat when you're supporting Craig just for a little argument. Piss off.
What's the point of all this anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
They're just taking jabs at him.
Yep.
Exactly. This is not been a debate. He needs to not do this again. He really does.
But
it's not a griffin, it's a dragon. Dihydrogen monoxide, £2 says, Nico, why is light bending around your head? Oh, because it's really fucking tense. That's why, mate. Vincent Rowe, €2. Nico used refraction for his haircut. #fail. Yeah, wear a hat, Nico. Tim Davidson for $5. Nico, so.
Oh, look at your hair.
I know.
What does it call him again? And what did Top call him? What's the little flick? Like a Johnny Bravo flick, but he called it something else.
You're talking about the one that Jamie did?
No, he goes on about Craig's hair. The point. A Jimmy Neutron flick. Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, you can talk, bro.
I said I feel it when it lands on me
So
before.
then why would you get bitten by it? You know, when they're landing on you, you could easily swat them away.
Yeah, and I said that if one did bite me, it's because I was distracted and missed the cue of it landing on me.
So you didn't feel it because you were doing something else.
I felt it, but chose not to address it because of the distraction until I felt the bite.
Oh, all these mosquitoes landing on me all over the place. I feel them, but I'm just going to leave them there.
Nico, that is a cute coyote you have.
Yes, my little wolf.
Oh.
Richard Ray for 30 UYU. What's a UYU? I've never seen that currency before. UYU. Thank you, Richard. Says they teleported the capsule. Duh. Vic from Canada, $6.99 says, Craig, please send this money to Nico. It should cover the cost of his PhD. Then he can claim he got a scholarship on it too. Icy Spin, $2 says, if the Earth is a globe, what happens to King Nico?
It is a Uruguayan peso.
Oh God.
Uruguayan peso.
Well, the Earth isn't a globe, so nothing's going to happen.
It's Rubik's, $5. Nico, if Jesus spoke in parables and he is God and the Bible is the word of God, why can't the Bible just be parable?
Hey, babe, what you saying?
Why can't Craig ever shut his cake hole?
Oh, no, he hasn't even... He's meant to be moderator, babe, and he hasn't...
You're the moderator. Do you know something, right? His wife must really have, like, the worst life. Because can you imagine being with a dickhead that's like that?
No.
Like,
I couldn't.
he's
I couldn't.
vulgar. It's got nothing nice to say about anybody. At least we don't go around attacking old men or women.
We don't. Exactly.
No, we don't.
Please tell me, Globey, that every time one of your children say to you, I'm hungry, you respond with, hi, hungry, I'm dad. Right?
I don't, but I'm going to now. Yeah. Usually I respond with, but you didn't eat your goddamn dinner. Of course you're hungry now. It's bedtime. That's usually...
Yeah. Bedtime, but I want to eat.
But I need a 4-course meal now.
Bob, $5 says, if Nico doesn't believe in the Big Bang, is it because he prefers the big sodomy? Budumch. Retired with their first super chat. Thank you very much. $5. Rosie.
How is that even funny?
It
wasn't.
What is the? How would you relate that joke, Big Bang, to big sodomy? I mean, what?
Well, you gotta consider the people that he's trying to tell the joke to. So.
Maybe because he's
okay.
He likes it.
Hurry up, Luca! Quick! This is meant to be a watch party, not a debate.
I'm not debating.
Okay,
Luca, you look up to this mofo.
No, but here's how I saw that. It's like I come in and a person says that I've had this topic explained to me over and over and over and over again, and I still don't get it. And I said basically ditto. Like I said, yeah, I can say the same thing about you.
You can't. No, you can't.
And then,
no, you can't.
And then,
no, you can't. No, because you've had so many things shown to you and proven to you where you concede
ditto,
and then
right?
go down. But Luca, shut up. I mean, please. What you can talk after the debate's over, okay?
Okay.
That.
Not that there's been a debate.
No?
Not really. Nope.
Globey?
The Earth's a globe.
Hey! Tori Hanzo, 50 sex. Ooh, I like the sex. Just a little support for the good side. Whoever said I was the good side?
I bet you like the sex. But which side do you swing? Which side do you swing?
You know,
hundreds and
Craig's
hundreds.
mom and
Don't tell me
dad
just don't tell me just because you got a wife and kids that you can't be gay.
Oh, Jesus.
Under, so clearly, yes.
Did you say something big?
Yeah, I said, you know,
Big.
Craig's mom and dad are brother and sister.
They're
They've
low
got to
pressure
be
systems sitting right next to each other.
Well,
because gas goes from high pressure to low pressure, right? Without a container.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
All the time,
That's
right?
the claim, right?
Yeah, which totally explains why we have a gradient in our...
that's my point there, Luca. If you read that, there's my point. Barca said it as well. You don't have to comment. Wait till later.
You right now and the pressure at the top of Mount Everest, which is much less. Where's that dome? Is there infinite amounts of domes creating all these pressures? You get the point, right? You say pressure can't be created.
No, he
without
doesn't.
a barrier.
It's over his head, which isn't hard with
You
that
need
haircut.
You need a container to create the pressure. Otherwise, that pressure would go from high to low. It would escape, right? But all around you right now, there's high and low pressures, and they're not moving. If I go 20 feet up, the pressure is different. It's less. If I keep going up, it gets less and less and less. Where are the barriers? Why doesn't the pressure here escape into the lower pressure above me?
The dynamic system.
It's domes all the way down.
Infinite dome theory.
Zoomy Tomato, $2 says Nico didn't even get halfway through that article. No, or the Bible. Bob, $2. Queen Nico Alexandria is obviously a Freemason. Well, clearly, look at her. Icy Spin, $2. Could a blowjob just as easily be considered an S job, a suck job? Yeah, I don't know why you call it a blowjob, because that's not how it works. Lord Luminous Pooh, $5. You know, I like to tell dad jokes, and sometimes he laughs. Guys, thank you very much.
Say again, babe.
Craig doesn't know what a blowjob is because he's never had one. He's just the one with the dick in his mouth all the time.
Yeah.
Probably off his mum.
Justin
Even
says,
Nico's dog's like, what the hell's
have many
going on
gotten anything by me so far? Have many gotten? I don't know what that means, dude. Have many gotten anything by me so far? Oh, right. No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Bless you, bro. Bless you, bro. I get what you mean now.
And I find random flat earth lives and I just go into the lion's den. So usually that involves me arguing with six or seven of them at a time, which turns into a complete shit show. But that's the beauty of it. So if you like shit shows, once in a while I'll be doing that. So come over and watch that. And obviously more scheduled debates and stuff coming up. Yep, that's it for me. Give me a follow.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much. The link to Globey is in the description. Nico, are we going to do a push-up competition then?
Oh, God. I'm so hungry right now, so I'm like low on energy.
The excuses.
You don't have to give him any reasons, any excuses. Just say, no. Do you think I'm sitting here being made a muppet of? No. You don't have to do that shit.
Gives you energy.
You do press-ups, do them in your own free time.
So can I just say I win then, because you're not going to do it?
Yeah.
Why would Craig win?
Craig wins by default.
Wait, hold on. No,
No,
I'm down.
Hold on a minute. It's about to finish.
Something.
So do you want to arrange a time to do a push-up competition?
Well, we're not doing it now.
If you want to do it now, if you're ready.
Don't.
Might as well just do it now. Get it over and done with.
Go on then. Tilt your camera down. We'll see how many push-ups we can do.
Oh,
don't do this. Why?
What is he pandering to him after everything he said to him?
Put it on this camera. Let me switch.
Can't believe you're doing this, Nico. Don't. They'll piss off.
Craig can't even get down.
Okay. I can get my slippers off.
He should be used to getting on his knees.
All right, are we doing girly sissy push-ups or?
Yeah,
we doing?
We'll take your ass out of the air there.
There we go. All right. Let's get it down a bit more.
3, Craig. 4, nearly.
Okay.
5.
You can still see me. I'm right.
Brilliant. 7.
You're gonna have to wait till he's done.
9.
All right. Wait. I have to wait. Is he going?
I can't count it all. We can't all count.
14. 15. 16.
Them are not press-ups.
You got 18,
18.
19, 20,
20.
21,
21.
22,
2.
23, 24, 25, 26,
26 now.
27, 28,
1 advance. 28.
30.
No, 29.
30.
That was
I think
29.
I counted right. 30.
Cheating bastard.
That wasn't even one.
Right.
I know it wasn't one, but I mean,
Here's your target, Nico.
Oh shit! Hold on. Too close.
it wasn't proper ones, but he went up and down 29 times. Not that.
I'm ready.
How many did he do in one set?
Rising as well.
5, 6,
No,
7,
is rising.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Slowing down. 21. 21. 21. We got
I
you.
did 30.
I don't know if the breaks count. Breaks don't count. Yeah. 23.
Whatever. I'm good.
Wait, I won. I did 30. Wait.
Bro.
Oh, man.
None of them are any bloody
Lost
good.
the debate and the push-up challenge.
No, I won the debate, but you can
What a
take the
disappointing night.
Nobody won the debate because there was no debate.
Now for joining a bit for the after show.
No, that'll do. That will do.
We're all losers.
Wow. What the hell was that, guy?
Coming from that dipstick, though, like the way he talks to people.
Wow. That was unbelievable, wasn't it? That was...
This is how that mofo makes his money from people and super chats and that. And then if a flat earther says anything, he's vulgar. Like, no.
No, King Nico needs to not debate these guys. I mean, I like his videos. I think he's a decent enough guy. So far, I think he's okay. An all right guy. I don't know him well though. But when it comes to debating, I think he's a little green when it comes to debating. And if he does want to debate, just don't debate these guys. They're just going to take the piss. You're never going to get a fair debate with these guys. It's never going to be a debate. You're going
and not with Craig as a moderator.
Roundabouts and everywhere. Red herrings chucked in, straw man in, gaslighting. Any one of the fallacies, you're going to be chucked in there. And they're going to twist you up in their own rhetoric. Especially when
to have him as a moderator.
He's not ready for it.
No, he's not ready for it.
Now, I looked through his videos and his live videos, and the first flat earth stuff was just 1 or 2 videos 3 years ago, just dotted about here and there, and nothing serious till 3 months ago with the flat the foreign experiment.
Yeah, no.
That's when he really started.
Yeah, he's had his channel since 2009.
Yeah, he's had his channel 7 years.
Yeah, no, more than that. It's 2009. Is that it? Should have said 2009. But he hasn't. He only started putting content up about 4 years ago, something like that. I don't know about when he started doing flat earth stuff though. I just seen stuff from 4 years ago.
Not everybody's cut out for debates either. Like people like Flats or Sav or somebody, like they're good at debating. Some people are good at videos. Some people are good at debates. It's like you got to fit in where you get in where you fit in. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I mean, I would be no good at debates. I would have no. I mean, I know my stuff, but the way Stav and Flats and that do it, they know exactly how to word it. They know how to format it. I would just end up. I mean, I would get. I'm placid. But I would get annoyed at the way that they try and straw man you, you know what I mean? And try to bring you down the wrong path and that. I know my stuff, but when it comes to like the technical side of everything, the terminology and all that, I would get annoyed at them. So it's not for me. I mean, I'll debate here and like how we do in flats and stuff or in chat or put out my videos and live streams, how I do it, you know. But going to these, I was going to say formatted debates because they're hardly formatted. But going to the likes of FT and FE and that, it's not for me. I wouldn't do that.
No.
I don't know why anyone would go on for a debate and Craig is the moderator. Like,
no kidding.
That's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Moderating. PJ, I remember when you moderated one of Flats's debates.
Yeah.
And you started interjecting. And the way they come back at you, nothing was said to Craig.
No.
And they're worse. They're worse. No. Like the insults to Roger and that.
And the thing is, when I told Craig to shut up in that debate, I also told Flats to shut up when he interrupted Craig once, just to be fair, so I could show that I wasn't being biased. You know what I mean? And I did. I didn't say shut up, Flats. This is fair enough, Flats. I told him to be quiet, so you need to be quiet as well. You know what I mean?
But can you imagine sitting in your living room and talking like that with other people in the house? Like, just because people don't believe the same thing as you.
Bad, isn't it?
It's awful.
Derek says that Craig doesn't debate. He doesn't know how to, nor does he moderate. And even if he did, he would still ambush a decent conversation with mockery and or childish antics. He's simply too mature. I absolutely agree, bro. Absolutely agree. Definitely.
Like, I'm all for having a laugh, and like we all know I'm sarcastic, but to read super chats like that, whether it's from Roger or anybody else, these people are paying your wages, and you're sat being vulgar about them. There was no need for it.
Chilling, maybe that's a good idea. I mean, or wait till he gets a lot more practice doing it between flat earthers. No, like do mock debates between flat earthers or something to get practice or something. You know,
or tag team with somebody.
Tag team, so he can be carried if he's doing badly. You know what I mean? Or tag team at least. I mean, yeah, but don't go straight to these guys. You think he's just trying to dive in at the deep end, thinking he's seen Craig and all that. And, he's an asshole. I hate this guy. You know, I'd love to give him a piece of my mind. And he's done it that way, I think, going in there like that, thinking I'll show him, but not knowing exactly how to debate properly. I mean, I can't talk. I mean, I wouldn't be able to dive in and do it. He's probably done a lot better than I could do. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't do it. That's the thing. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, do you think his subscribers and his live chat and that have made him think in his head that he's bigger than what he actually is?
Maybe. I mean, he didn't put this out live tonight, so I was checking because obviously when I found out it was live in FTFEs, I'd rather have done it from King Nico's, showed it live from King Nico's than FTFEs, but King Nico wasn't doing it, so I had to go FTFEs, obviously.
Well, Craig was a so-called moderator, and he debated more than the guy debating. So it was
That's
like,
right.
you know,
That's
two
right.
against one.
But when did they actually talk about the flat earth?
Yeah, that too.
No, but the way he was like taking the mix, saying that Nico hadn't read the Bible and stuff. How does Craig know?
Well, Craig's never read the Bible. He said there was Christians in the Old Testament, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's what he went with when he debated Andrew Wilson. Christians in the Old Testament.
I hate debates, and I do. And I'm so glad I slept through.
Well, do you know why I do these live ones, babe? Because
I know.
You know, because some of the guys like going there, but they don't like going to like flat FTFE chat. So I just
because the chat's horrible.
I try not to review it while it's live, but sometimes I can't help but say stuff.
But if that's the moderator, then there ain't no moderating in chat. So why would flat earthers want to go there?
He should never agreed to debate him. Not on Craig's, not with Craig, not even on his own channel with Craig. So Craig's the same on his own channel. Craig's the same on someone else's channel than he is on his own channel. He's the same person. He'll just take the piss no matter where he's at.
Only if you have. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say only if you have like a real legitimate moderator with like times and like, you know, they mute you when it's not your turn, stuff like that. That's the only realistic chance like that you would have had.
Yeah, like solve. I know Jaren's chill, but the system they had when they were debating, that was a good system. That was a good system because they can be muted. Then they've got a certain time to 2-minute time to what was it? I can't remember what was that.
Yeah, something to that effect, I think.
Yeah, it was some kind of DLC thing. I can't remember exactly what it was for, but it was a good format. It was a good format, definitely.
But with Sov, you couldn't bully your way in with Sov because Sov will stand up for himself, and we all know Sov will say exactly what he thinks. Whereas some people won't. Some people are more introverted and they don't say, "Hold on a minute, shut the f up." Do you know what I mean? Whereas Sov will.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we just watched it. Nico didn't stand up for himself at all. It was
No, he didn't. He just
kind of hard to watch.
No, but then they'll see that and they'll go, "Oh, I'll debate him," and that's
but
what they'll do.
A few people said it in chat. It almost looked like a humiliation ritual. And it kind of did. But if he's serious, he needs to stay away from these guys, man. You know?
I think I get it because obviously Craig's got a big channel, and if you're debating like YouTube for most of us censors everything. So I get that he wants to go on a channel with a lot of subs and that gets a lot of viewers to debate, because that's how he's going to become better known. But I just think
he's got 11,000 himself. It's not like he's not. He's got
no, I know,
a little channel. It's not a huge channel, but 11,000. I mean, what I'm on 568. I'll never get that. And not that I want to, but I'll never get to 11,000 ever. No way.
But what would you want to do it on Craig's channel instead of a neutral channel?
Exactly. Do it in a neutral. Yeah.
Look, I don't even like MDD, and I don't because they're biased as well. Like, there is no moderator that I've seen that actually isn't on one side or the other, and it's the same for every single thing. Like, some people, they let do exactly what they want, and others, they shut up. Look at when Flats debates. Flats always is quieter than the ballers. Always. His volume is always lower.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hardly see him getting triggered. I mean, I've seen Flats getting a little angry in a debate, but that was because he got insulted at the end and stuff. But during the debate, he can handle himself in a debate no matter how it goes.
No, but they still sabotage it, whether it's by lowering your volume or stopping you from talking because they're taking the side of the baller or the non-Christian or whatever.
Exactly. Roger, you got anything to say about what Craig said about you? Roger?
I stepped away or something.
Oh, well, he's maybe gone. He's maybe gone to sleep or something. I don't know. Let me just see if he sorted out a stream. He did say he asked me to go live with him. I said no, I need to get sleep. I take he's got to review this. I said no, I need to get sleep. So I've got an appointment tomorrow, and then I've got to go live twice tomorrow. So I would love to, Roger, you know that, but I wasn't even going to do this one. I mean, this is my day off. It's only because someone told me it was on. I thought, yeah, well, since I didn't do one earlier, why not? It's only an hour of my day off, isn't it? Because it was 11 p.m. for me, so I only went on an hour of my day.
Now, in channels like yours and Rogers and whoever's else, they're going to get no help from YouTube. I mean, they push, Craig and all of them, McToon, they push all their channels out there because I always get stuff for theirs. I've never even watched their crap. It's like, why would I even go there?
Same. I've never been on any of their channels, and it comes up.
Now I was searching for like an old flat earth debate, like to see how similar debates were now to it was back in 2015. But the furthest back I could get was 6 years. But there's one I come across, it was 5 years ago, and I didn't realize it was Craig's channel at the time because it was called Craig McNeil, and then FTFE afterwards. I didn't realize. I thought it was a separate guy, but it's actually RV debating.
Oh man,
he's debating Craig, but I've never seen RV debate, so I wanted to see. I wanted to show it sometime. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like when he debates. I haven't got a clue, so I wanted to see. I didn't know he did debate at all, so I've never seen him debate. So I'm interested to see it. You know what I mean?
Did you see what Bazza said?
What?
Everyone should stop debating at all. Full stop.
I agree.
It'll only feed the anti-flat earth side's attention. Don't give them the audience exactly. And it does.
Yeah. Now, what happened to old-fashioned debates when you went to a lecture or something? You know what I mean? A big hall, and there was like somebody over there, a table over there, and you were there, and a projector in the middle, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, or even some schools would do it.
Yeah, that's proper debates. Where you've actually, like MDD tried to do it with that Andrew Wilson thing and that, didn't they? That debate going, but even that was just MDD on the road.
Yeah.
All they're bothered about though is making money, and it is.
Of course, man. Yeah. So, Ryan, anything to say about that? Nope. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Oh, well, I'll end with a song then. I'll end with
No, but like people like Luca look up to that.
I know. That's the thing, Luca. If you're looking up to create, how come? I mean, you're fine to come in my chat, Luca. You know you are now, as long as you're not trying to take over things like you used to do. But Craig's live. It's actually him I was streaming, and he's your boy. Why are you not in his chat? I don't get it. I don't get it. If he's your boy, what are you doing in my line?
Just,
you know what I mean, what's he saying?
Paid opposition.
PJ, Vicky is Queen Bee, and PJ should be King Bee. Here, PJ, take my King Crown Bee crown to go
I'm allergic
along.
I'm allergic to gold. No, I'm not allergic to gold. I prefer silver. Gold clashes with gold. Gold blends in with my hair, so I prefer silver. I need a silver crown.
Justin's getting a new phone. Did you see?
Yes, he did say. He says he'll still be sorted by me. Something like that. Cool. Guys, thanks for joining us. I'll play out with a song and then I'll say goodbye after the song, actually. I'll say goodbye after the song.
Thanks for having me, man.
Good.
Thanks, PJ, Vicky.
I nearly went into a star then.
Roger on Chicago.
I meant thank you for joining us. Good. Couldn't get it out.
And chat.
Bless you guys. I'm just going.
I'm only awake.
Downloaded the Harry Mark. We're downloading the Harry Mark. Let's see.
I'm only awake.
Whenever I'm on, Kobe, if you're in chat, you're always welcome to come on, bro.
Yeah, if I get a chance.
I mean,
there's so many people to go around to, so it's like I try and get in here and there. So yeah, I'll catch you when I can. Appreciate you having me, man.
Not a problem. You're welcome anytime, bro. Anytime.
You guys? Yeah, of course. Oh, hell yeah. Amazing. You're the bride?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you guys give me some random words to use in my freestyle?
Yes.
Okay, what you got?
Cheese.
Cheese? Hell yeah. What else?
Baby.
Baby, okay.
Bride.
Bride, yes.
Wedding.
And wedding. Cheese, baby, you said? Bride and wedding. And what does it say on your team? Is that your new last name?
Braut, it's the German
Okay, yeah, all the
Braut, the German word for bride. Okay, I love it. Cheese, baby, bride, wedding, Braut. We ready?
Yes.
All right, let's have some fun. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, killing the game and I tell you straight, all of us, we about to elevate. I'm sending love to the bride-to-be. Congrats, we gotta celebrate. Mac, I'm coming right off of the dome. When I be rhyming, I'm deep in my zone. I built this thing up right here on my own. Y'all know I've never, ever no clone. I keep it honest when I'm all up on the mic. I be coming with the lyrics that the people really like, and I'm hella original when I bring the sneeze. Everybody loves some cheese. Yeah, H-Mac, it ain't new to me. Meat and cheese, charcuterie. Every time I rhyme, I'm about to spit it better. Stacking up the cheese, I be stacking up the cheddar. H-Mac, man, I can't beat this. Rappers got holes and they flow like Swiss. H-Mac is scary. This dude named Harry, consuming all types of dairy. I come right off the top, and I rap a mean crew. Shout out to you, who be rocking in the green shoes. Every time I grip up on the mic, you know I call it out. Killing the game, that's what Harry Mac is all about. When I be rapping, people they steady go crazy. I'm killing the game, cause I put the work in. Y'all know I never been lazy. I told y'all I'm killing the game, that's no ifs, ands, or maybes. I'm birthing a verse right off of the dome, just like I'm birthing a baby. H-Mac, y'all know I go wild. I had a style ever since I was a child. Even as a baby, before I learned to crawl, I can still ball on y'all, leaving them appalled. Y'all know it's never no drag, like what you hold there. Got this lyric in the bag. H-Mac coming off the top of the mantle. For me to kill the game, it's essential. I said, I just ripped the mic and then I spit something raw. She be reppin' Team Brock, all up on her straw. Yeah, H-Mac, y'all know I came through with the vibe. I said, is that your last name? She's like, no, it means bride. H-Mac, y'all know I'm disturbed, absurd. Thank you so much for teaching me a German word. Yeah, I'm about to break it down for y'all, and you know the flow's never upsetting. Cause every time I rhyme, we about to throw a party. We celebrating like we at a wedding. Yeah, my name's Harry, you're getting married. Situation for these other rappers is scary. On the other level, man, I gotta say barely. So many styles at the top I carry. And y'all know we here to get this done. Much appreciation, thank y'all, man. I hope we had fun. It's like that. Yes. Oh no. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you all for being a part of that.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
That was nice.
Thank you.
Nice. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Did you
Let's
see
guys. So,
comment?
stay again, baby.
Did you see the comment I put on screen?
No, what did you put up?
Kobe said Harry needs to freestyle debates. He does.
Hey, listen, I'd love Harry to turn up here one day and do a freestyle somehow. You know what I mean? Who's it we know that knows him? Somebody we know knows him.
Godlike.
Oh, is it Godlike
Godlike
Productions? We'll have to ask him next time I see him. We can to come and do a freestyle. That'll be cool.
I didn't realise it was that time.
I'm still here, guys. Just let you know.
I did ask you. Oh, right, we're still live having stuff. I did ask before. I kind of played out with music. I asked did you have anything to say about what he said? Craig said about you, Roger.
There's a lot, man. I'm tell you what I'm not going to do is I want to cover the whole damn thing just to go through the debate first. I want to watch it and then I'll critique it tomorrow on my show.
Right, is that what you're going to do? Got you. So you're going to do it in your stream tomorrow. Right. So cool. That sounds good. I'm live at 2 p.m. There's the link, GMT, and then I'll be alive again at 8 p.m. Obviously, I ain't sorted that out yet, but I'll sort that out in the morning after I've done the stream tomorrow in the afternoon. So there's the link for tomorrow's one. And I will see you guys in the morning. Thank you very much. In the morning, in the afternoon. Thank you very much for being here. Always a pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.
All right.
The sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Amen.
Ta-da.
Thank you.